for us. Oh, we're back. It's the Commanders Declassified podcast. Ellie just sent us right in here without him. We're supposed to just figure our way out. Mike, it's draft night. What's up, man?
What's happening, E? Yeah, I'm excited. The draft starts in about a minute. We're here. Hopefully it's a quick pick, and they're not trading the pick, but if they do, that's okay. We're prepared for either scenario. But of course, we think they're going to, take Daniels at 2, but stranger things have happened.
There's been news all day that they've been smacking down trade offers left and right from what I've been reading and seeing. So it very well could just be a quick 20-minute and done night, or it could be trade down and let's move back into round 2 and trade back up. Who knows what's going to happen. I'm excited just to see whatever's going to go down. You can see my banner here. I hope you draft Jaden Michael Bo Nix. He'd be my pick of the quarterback would be just through the roof if that happens. What's up, Ellie? I'll turn hosting duties back over to you now.
What's up, guys? I brought out the official Commanders jacket, limited edition. Only a couple people have the varsity Letterman jacket. Yeah. It's a big night for this. So shout out to everybody.
TV, man.
That's right. Shout out to everybody on social media checking us out, Twitter, YouTube. We are here for the official draft party for the Washington. I should say unofficial. We might get sued. Party for the Commanders. It's an exciting time, guys. We're going to find our franchise quarterback tonight. I'm pumped, man. I feel good about it. A lot of rumors about the Commanders trading back into the first round too later to get a tackle, guys. I know we talked about it last night, but how good do you guys feel about that happening tonight?
The teams that we're going to trade with need tackles too, a lot of them. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting trying to find a trade partner and what the team's going to have to give up. I would love to hang on to one of those high second round picks. I would rather not give both of them up just to move up and grab a tackle. But if you got to do what you got to do, especially if you draft a quarterback who weighs 47 pounds, you got to make sure you protect him. So if they got to do it, they have to go ahead and do it. And we'll roll with it. I'm not sure we're going to hang out here for the entire first round to see if they trade back. Some of us have bedtimes because we're old and geriatric, but I'm looking forward to it.
A lot of wide receivers. There's a lot of rumors of teams moving up to get wide receivers, which will hopefully push those tackles down to us so that we can come get somebody. San Francisco's been offering Debo and Brandon Ayuk to teams in the top 10 or 15 to try to get their guys. There's rumors out there that there's a couple other teams doing the same thing. I don't want Debo at this point in his career. I love Debo, but I think it's too late for that now. But nonetheless, we're going at 2. What's up, the best hit man? Mike Parlay, what's up, man? Mike Parlay says it's going to be a guard. We're going to take a guard at number 2. Is that what we're saying, sir? Is that what we're going? Can't do it.
I'm all in. Let's do it.
You want those? Brandon Sheriff was the last one I could deal with at that early in the draft, man. How good do you guys feel right now to be in this position? Right? Last time we were here, we got Chase Young. And listen, everybody thought Chase Young was the right idea at the time, right? Like a lot of revisionist history going on with the Chase Young situation. He didn't work out. We can say that and be honest about it. But at the time, Chase Young was thought to be generational as a pass rusher. We know now that the Commanders are going to stay put and get a quarterback. They're talking about Jaden Daniels, Drake May, J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy is a good player. I like him a lot. I'm a fan of the University of Michigan. I don't think he's a pick at 2. Let's see. We got Drake May. High talent, high ceiling, right? Super, super high ceiling. Really good guy. Wonderful family. All the right things about Drake May, except for he's a little bit raw, right? But if you have the right coaches, you can mold that guy. Then we got Jaden Daniels, electric athlete at the quarterback position. He's a good leader on the field. The guy can read the field, which is important. And the guy has legs for days. I never thought I'd say that about another man, but he's got legs for days. He can use them on the field. He can score touchdowns. So we got to see what's going on tonight. I'm going to hit the comment section. Let's see. The best hitman's feeling great tonight. I know we are. Yo Pop says he's feeling wonderful right now. It's hard not to feel wonderful right now, right, guys? I mean, my God, it's a good day in Commanders land. The best hitman wants Drake May. Eric, what do you think the chances are for Drake May tonight?
I think the chances are much higher for Drake May than that you didn't have 48 cups of coffee before you joined this call, because you are popping tonight, man.
I'm
You
cranked
are
up. I
excited.
know. I'm usually not like this. I'm cranked up. I feel good.
Yeah, I mean, I think the odds for Drake, I still like the idea of drafting Drake. I'd still prefer him over. I mean, I'm team JJ at this point. I've completely become a convert. It wouldn't
Is that your
surprise me at
contrarian
all.
perspective, Eric, or do you really believe
No,
in
I mean, I do. I think JJ McCarthy is going to be a very good pro quarterback. But it's none of those three would surprise me at 2. I would not be shocked. I would be shocked if they drafted Michael Penix at 2, or Bo Nix. But any JJ McCarthy, it's eye of the beholder. So if they go, I'm not super high on Jaden. You guys know that. But if that's the guy, that's my guy. I'm gonna take it. This is the front office. We put these guys in place to pick who to do right by the franchise. We're supposed to trust these guys. So whoever they pick, I'm cool with.
That's right.
But to answer your question, I think it's any of the three. None of the three would surprise me.
You're still open. Okay. Mike, do you agree with that? You feel like everybody's still available at this point, or still an option at this point?
Yeah, I mean, Daniels is the heavy favorite. I even see reporters tweeting about how it's a done deal and that he was the pick for 2 and whatnot. And this was hours ago. This is not anything that just happened. Like hours ago, reporters are saying it's done. So I feel like it's at this point it's Daniels. I don't think we're in Ben Johnson territory anymore. I really feel like you can put it in ink that it's going to be Jayden Daniels. But if they did draft the other 2 or one of the other 2, like I said, it's my excitement stems from the leadership, the head of the table. You got Harris, Peters, Quinn. That's where my excitement's coming from. So they felt like, which we kind of don't think is going to happen, but if they did feel like McCarthy was worth the second pick, bring the Bama to DC. If you feel like that, I'm with you. You're running the table. You're running the team. You have more information than we are. If y'all think that all of us are stupid for thinking McCarthy is the 3rd or 4th best quarterback in this draft, and he's the second best, and y'all draft him, Peters, you got it. But I don't think that's happening. So who cares?
Listen, if we take Michael Penix number 2, I will give away my Commanders varsity jacket right off my back to somebody in the comment section. I don't think that's going to happen. Limited edition. All right, so let's go to the comments. Let's go. Yo Pop's hands are sweating right now. He said that's how nervous or excited he is about this. What pick do we trade back up in the first round for? I think if you're going to get one of those really good tackles, you got to go like between 19 and 23, right, to get a pick right there, a tackle that you want, right?
Well, Yo Pop, you got the sweaty hands. Mom spaghetti on the sweater, or sorry, couldn't resist the Eminem reference. I'm old.
Let's go.
No, I think you got to get back into the probably 18 to 23 range to grab yourself one of the tackles. I think they'll be gone by then, unless there's a run on wide receivers, which a run on wide receivers to me doesn't make a lot of sense in the first round because there's so much value throughout the draft. Right. If you're not getting, Odunze or Harrison, or oh gosh, yeah, you know what I'm talking about from LSU. Yeah, if you're not getting one of those guys, I'm holding steady because there's plenty of value that you can get in the draft. There's real sleepers. There always are at wide receiver. So I think the tackle market is what's going to be the big draw for trading up.
Yeah, no doubt.
I like how I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off, bro. I like how I wish I could remember which reporter said it earlier today, but they said this regime, like, they might want to keep all their picks and not trade up to back into the first round. They may feel like they can develop some mid-round talent and have more pieces to play with than going up to get a premium piece. And I can understand that logic. And I told y'all on Tuesday, I really think it's a 10% chance we trade up. I'm not as high as everybody else because everybody else thinks it's going to happen. So yeah, if they do, great, but I don't think so.
Yeah. Eminem's on stage with Goodell. That's right. I'm watching it right
Yeah,
now.
it's
It fits that reference perfectly.
serendipity.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the best hitman says, I say 15 from the Colts. That's how far he thinks we got to go up to get Olu.
Oof.
And the Dolphins if Mims is there. Dave Oswald says, Peasy. Let's go. I think he's talking about Adam Peters, right?
He's talking
Listen.
about me.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
he's talking about Mike. Mike,
Okay.
Mike got a nickname. We didn't know that.
We didn't know. Now we know. Let's see, man. Caleb Williams, a lock for number one. I think there's like no chance he's not the number one pick. The Bears didn't even interview anybody else, right?
I know Caleb didn't go anywhere else to interview. I don't think the Bears talked to any other quarterbacks, but who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I think
You guys
Caleb's
think
the guy there.
Yeah, he is. You guys think Brock Bowers goes in the top 10, or you think that's all pre-draft hype?
I think 10 to the
Man.
Jets is probably the earliest he goes, unless like Alt goes really early or somebody, the Titans don't get a chance. I can see the Titans. I think I picked him in that mock the other day, but that would be the one shot. If Alt's not available, the Titans could go Brock Bowers, but I think the earliest Bowers is going to go would be the Jets at 10.
Yeah. I remember there was a time when like a lot of us in Commanders land were really excited about the potential to get Brock Bowers, but that's until we got in position to get a top quarterback in the draft, and all that goes out the window, right? So outside of quarterback and offensive guard, which our biggest need, guys? I say guard. I meant tackle. Yeah.
I say corner is a huge need for us, an edge rusher.
Yeah, edge for me. We need a second edge. I can't even, man. Need a first edge. Who's
No, we got the guy in free agency from Dallas. Remember?
It's not a first edge though. I mean, we drafted a bunch of solid players. Dorrance Armstrong, I believe, or free agency rather, signed. Dorrance Armstrong we picked up. Cleveland Farrell we dropped up. Who, again, good edge setter, but not obviously doesn't live up to the number 3 pick or wherever he went early in the draft. But again, I'm completely okay with that. But you need that pass rusher for sure.
Yeah, I think we have a plethora of third level, maybe lower second level edge rushers, but we don't have any Chase Youngs or Montez Sweats.
Yeah. Pop says, what wide receiver do you think we ultimately end up with, and what round do we grab him? I'm saying round 2. And it's a kid out of South Carolina, the speed demon. I want to say Leggett, right?
Yeah.
I think he would be the perfect complement to this offense. My only concern is that he goes in the latter part of the first round of the draft. I mean, that dude is just unreal. We don't have his type on the roster right now. I think Leggett would be an amazing get in the second round. But if we trade up to get a tackle, we're probably not going to have that pick there to get him, which I can live with. Make no mistake, because we need the protection. But if we're there in the second round, I think we got to go get that guy. All right, the Bears are officially on the clock, guys. This means that there's less than 20 minutes before we get our quarterback of the future, man. The countdown is on. Hopefully the Bears don't even mess around with this. They just come straight to the podium and take Caleb Williams, because everybody knows that they're going to do that. So let's see what happens. Etsy Dan says, come on, AP, give me JJ. He's another JJ McCarthy fan. That's 2 on the board here tonight with Eric and Etsy Dan.
There's still people out there that's like photoshopping McCarthy in the Bears jersey. So it's not just here.
Yeah, that'd be something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just here where the McCarthy talk has gone out of control. It's everywhere, including in the first spot. And I mean, if they pick him at 1, everything we know about the NFL draft process and quarterback evaluation is just wrong. Or they just smoking on that good Chicago crack or something. Because, man.
The Chicago crack. That's that South Side stuff. Yeah. They do bumps on the north side. They got money up there. So, yeah.
Easy now. If you're in the comments, go ahead. Tell us who you guys think that we're going to take with our first 3 draft picks tonight and tomorrow night. Put them in the comments. I'm going to read them on air. Let everybody know what you think. Dave Oswald, I don't know why they let the clock bleed. It makes no sense to me. They've been on the clock for 6 months. Like, make the pick, man.
Let's do it. Taking calls. They're seeing if they can get Justin Jefferson away from Minnesota.
I think it was 2 years straight when the Vikings missed their pick. I think it was the Vikings.
Yeah, it was the Vikings.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it's crazy because everybody was like, what's going to happen when the time run out? They just literally skip you and go to the next pick and like, are you ready yet? That's what happens when.
And the thing is, that's how you know that it's a scam to run the clock all the way down, because when the Vikings missed, the team behind them ran up to the podium, so they knew who they were taking. So you don't need to take all that time.
Right.
You know who you're drafting. You just do it to do it.
That's right. You guys
we're
think
we're on to you, NFL?
That's right. Caleb Williams, is he far and away the best quarterback in this draft, guys?
Yeah,
I still think so.
Anytime you get comparisons to, I heard Mahomes throughout the whole draft process, and then like within the last week, I heard Rodgers' name started getting thrown out there. And listen, if you're getting compared to those two, who personally speaking, my 1 and 2 as far as quarterbacks that I've seen in my lifetime, it doesn't get any better than Rodgers and Mahomes, in my opinion. With all due respect to the GOAT, Tom Brady, let's just agree that when it comes to the actual position, the tools, the skills, whatever, Mahomes and Rodgers are better quarterbacks. Like that's
so.
Come on, man.
We'll say this. I agree with you on that, but the thing is, neither Mahomes nor Rodgers was the top quarterback coming out, whereas Caleb Williams is. Remember, Rodgers got drafted at 23 after, or at 24, 23 after Alex Smith, and Mahomes was, I think, with a third or fourth quarterback off the board at 11. In 2017.
That's true.
So maybe Caleb isn't all that. So I'll say this. I'll say Caleb is the best prospect coming out. I think he's got. Right now, he's the best quarterback. Who knows? In a couple of years, we'll look back on this and be like, "Bo Nix, are you kidding me? How did he get to round 3?" Right? Like, who knows? If that happens, if Bo Nix is the best quarterback in this draft, Ellie will also he'll give away his starter jacket there.
I'll say this about Caleb Williams, and it's a conversation I had with my cousin yesterday that made me think about it. If he fails in Chicago, I don't think it would be due to anything with him. I think there's two things working against Chicago and Caleb Williams right now. He does some weird things. Like I'm gonna just keep it a buck. He does some weird things, and I can see how that would rub certain men the wrong way. And when it comes to leading a group of men, and you got that type of mojo or feeling in the locker room, I can see how that can alter things. But the second reason, and probably the more practical reason, is the coach, Eberflus. Like, I've never seen a situation like this where everything seems to be in a great shape or a great situation, but the head coach is on one of the hottest seats in the league right now. Constantly. Like, Eberflus should have been fired last season. I'm going to just, again, keep it 100. Eberflus should not be the coach in Chicago right now. I don't know who should have replaced him, but he should have been fired. So
Washington
this first
saved
season,
his job.
Right. This first season with Caleb Williams in Chicago, it's going to be interesting to see. I'm iffy on it, but it can be a hit, but it's a lot. It's a lot of things that kind of have to go right out there.
Man,
listen, you can do all the weird things you want. I think if you're throwing touchdown passes and completing 70%, the team will overlook a lot of, or people will overlook a lot of things if you're winning games. So yeah, as long as he plays good quarterback, I think a lot of that weird stuff, if they start losing, some of that stuff just sort of, that's when the stuff kind of bubbles up. But yeah, if the success is there early on, or if he's playing well, I don't think there'll be any issues with whatever his personality quirks are.
Give me the tune. The pick is in for Chicago, guys. We're on the clock.
I saw the time jump up. It went from 4 minutes to 9 minutes.
The pick is in.
Pick is in. Come on, let's go. Announce this pick down. They're gonna go to commercial break. They're gonna run some.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah.
The national anthem again before they announce this pick, man. We are on the Clizzock.
Eminem, are you on the stage?
What if they take Jaden? You guys gonna be okay?
I'm gonna lose my soul right here. Listen, if they take Jaden, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I like Caleb Williams. I know he's the best quarterback in the draft, but I still think I don't know, man. I'm not like I like Caleb for the Bears. You know what I mean?
See?
It's crazy. I know it's crazy to say that,
See
but
what I'm saying?
Because
yeah.
Caleb's not going to run for 1,000 yards. That's why you don't like him.
I hope
You want a
Jaden
running back.
Daniels.
You want a running back who occasionally throws. That's why yours. That's why you want.
You stop.
Why you want Jaden?
I don't think that's Jaden Daniels, man. I don't think he's
No.
rushing for anywhere near
Right.
1,000.
I hope
At,
not.
at most, he might get 500,
700.
600.
I don't even want to see that much. I want that man in the pocket all season long. I don't
Here
care.
it comes. The pick is about to be announced, guys. We are officially on the clock to get our franchise quarterback. Here comes Goodell. The selection is in. He's about to announce the pick for the Bears. Guys, if you're watching, you gotta feel so good right now. We are on the verge of getting our franchise quarterback. And it's been a long time. Long time. Caleb Williams is the pick at number 1. Let's go.
Caleb Williams.
Okay.
He's the pick at 1. And what are we going to
We're
do
on the
now?
clock. Guys, I'm
We are
nervous.
on the clock.
I'm with Joe Pop, man. My hands are getting sweaty. Mom spaghetti, t-shirts, and
Yeah.
whatever already. Yeah, that's me too, man.
Okay, we're
Good
excited.
pick, Chicago.
What do you think about Caleb's suit, man? That jacket is crazy. I think
That's
I saw
a
that on
nice-
Elk the other day.
That's a
I'm
nice
not even.
color.
I'm not even watching. I don't have a TV in my office, so I don't even know
Oh,
what's
man.
happening. I'm relying on you guys to.
Caleb's
I
walking
saw
up to
Jaden's
the-
outfit when I went at the beginning. I saw Marvin Harrison Jr. get booed on stage by all the Michigan people.
I like the
They
color
do- they
of
do.
Caleb Williams. I like his color, the suit on his color, but that's about it. I mean, the
Caleb-
zipper, the logo. I don't know
It's
about
different.
all that.
Caleb walking
It's
to the stage.
different.
He looked like the Weeknd. Coming on at the Super
Uh-oh.
Bowl when the Weeknd was in all that like mirror glass. That's what he looked like coming to the stage, man. That was crazy.
He
I hope,
he
I hope
does
he
look
can
like
feel his face, man. I hope he can feel his face.
he does look like he grew up in the DMV area too.
I know. No, they didn't give him Justin Fields. No, I'm kidding. I know it's the number 1 pick.
Oh,
That's crazy. I feel,
crazy.
look, they said they're gonna keep Justin Fields. I feel bad for him. 6 minutes,
was-
guys. 6.5 minutes to the Commanders' pick is made, guys. Let's
Really?
go.
that was
Yep. 6.5 minutes. All right, Caleb, take your pictures. Move along, man. We got franchise quarterbacks to draft. I swear to God, if this is Drake May, I'm gonna shut down the stream instantly.
Look at you now. See the real LE's coming out now. He was trying to be pragmatic for so long, but now that we're on the clock, he's like,
I haven't.
can't have
I haven't
anybody
even
other than
looked
Jaden.
at. I don't know if it's like a tradition or if it's something I just did this year, but I haven't even looked at any film or highlights or anything in the last week or two
Yeah.
because I kind of just want fresh eyes with whatever pick or picks we make this season. And plus, I don't want to get disappointed like I
Right.
do every year and we draft a Forbes over Gonzalez or.
You know what's crazy? You see,
I'm never letting that go.
you see these folks celebrating in the front office like they got their guy. You know, some of these folks are celebrating a bust, and that's crazy to think about. They're dapping each other up, hugging each other up. That guy done played with 3 downs for him, man. That's crazy. But Caleb's gonna be all right.
Who's this lady?
Oh,
Diana Price.
What are you watching
Phillips.
NFL or ESPN, man? I'm watching ESPN.
AB. I'm watching ABC.
Oh, okay.
oh man.
What draft
Over
channel you
the
guys
air.
watching?
You got the rabbit ears going. Watching ABC 7.
I got YouTube TV on one screen. Got us on the other screen.
5 minutes, guys, from our franchise quarterback coming home. Man, Adam Peters, make this
What if
pick.
that guy's right and they do draft a guard? You gonna be all right?
Hey,
That guy had inside intel.
Oh my God! Stop taking trade calls, bro. Make the pick, man. Cut it
Oh,
out.
yeah.
the pessimistics.
Yo, I can't look.
11, 21, Justin Jefferson, next year's first for number 2.
Man, I'd take that.
No,
I
you
would
wouldn't.
take.
Knock it
I
off.
would.
You would. No, you
I
wouldn't.
would.
Bro, the 11th, a 20, the 11th,
I'm letting-
23, a 25th
I'm-
first, and Justin Jefferson. What?
You can tell who on this call is a businessman and who's not. Somebody's picking with their heart.
Listen,
That's
I'm
a
a.
lot.
That's what it's about. That's what being a fan is about. Let's
I
go.
mean, Jefferson, McLaurin, Dotson trio. You can put
Means
Penix back
nothing.
there.
Means nothing if Marcus Mariota's throwing him the football.
That is true. They'll be throwing it at their feet. Yeah.
All those guys would jump Mariota in the locker room after the game, man. We need a real quarterback.
Apparently,
No, then you
maybe.
package 11 and 21 and you come back up to 4 or 5 probably 5. You jump ahead of the Giants, and you take
You get
JJ.
McCarthy.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Adam Schefter's on the screen. I don't like to see this. He's on the screen talking.
Oh, we got a trade.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Oh.
They're showing our draft room. Peters is
Okay.
on the phone right now. Put the
With
phone
Minnesota.
down, bro.
With Minnesota. He's on the
This
phone with the
man.
Vikings.
This
Oh,
man,
no.
Ali, is panicking.
I know. Yeah.
Let me hurry up
Oh,
and drink this water before they
He's got
pick.
the, he's got the Raiders
me.
on line 2.
I can't look.
Broncos
Right.
on 3.
I can't look. Don't Adam, I
Play
swear to
them off
God, if
each
you take
other.
the pick.
They're going to have 200 picks in the next 3 drafts, and Ellie is going to be mad.
And they're all going to be Quinn Ewers, man. I don't want that. I want us to get a quarterback right now. Let's go. 3 minutes. Please don't trade this pick, Adam. He is on. Hang the phone up. Walk the card to the
Do
guy.
it. Trade him.
Oh man.
Just for the comedic value. Our views will skyrocket. We'll go viral with Ellie's meltdown if they
It
trade.
will be a real meltdown if we trade this pick. I can promise you that much. I can't
Be like that guy who broke his TV with Daniel Jones a couple of years ago. That's the clip. That's what it's going to be.
You guys see the video of the Bills fans going around social media when they picked Josh Allen, and they
We're
were
all mad over
hoping
Rosen.
for Josh
Oh,
Rosen.
yeah. Idiots. Even
I
at
love
that
it.
time, they were idiots.
I love it. They're like, oh man, we just okay. Jaden Daniels looking too cool in the green room. Let's go.
Too cool in the green
Oh,
one.
the pick is in, guys. We made the pick. Let's go.
Yep.
Franchise
We gotta-
quarterback. Here we go. Let's go.
It's a trade.
No, don't do it.
Washington Commanders select
This
Hold
might
on.
be-
Jaden
Penix
Daniels
Jr.
is not on the phone right now, and the pick is in. I hope.
Michael Penix Jr.
Oh, I'm
At
gonna be
2.
so bad. I'm gonna be so bad if
It's
we
going to
do.
be so bad.
Okay. I'm gonna cut my camera off. I can't take this, y'all. Oh man. The pick, look at Doug Williams walking around the draft room. He's
Yeah.
like, he need new knees. Great day. He's on ESPN. Okay. Booger McFarland, Mel Kiper talking about the quarterbacks. We're talking about Drake May. Do they get Jaden Daniel? Relax, Mel. Mel's been all over Jaden Daniels this whole time.
Yes, he has.
I love the differences between ESPN and
Yeah.
ABC's coverage.
Yeah.
You got the college perspective on ABC, and on ESPN, you got the NFL perspective.
You get a difference.
And yeah,
Yeah, I love that they had Saban on ESPN.
yeah.
Pretty
With
excited.
Hershey and Howard.
Here comes Goodell. Here comes Goodell.
Oh, they're zooming in. Let's see what
Woo.
happens.
Okay.
Let's see
Okay,
what
here we go.
happens.
No, we're not nervous.
Second pick. Yeah.
No.
Well, we're not. We're not nervous.
Yeah, don't tell me. Let me be the one to announce it because my feelings about
Oh,
to get
man.
hurt. Let me be the one to announce it. Okay, shout out to the hog farmers out there. We see you, Peter Schrager. What's his name? Goodell, don't you mess this up, man. Don't mess this up.
You gonna blame Goodell if they draft
Yeah.
Drake May?
Oh, here we go. I can't look. I
He switched
cannot
the
look.
card. It's the
Don't
frozen
mess it up.
envelope, like the '85 NBA draft to get Patrick Ewing. Jaden, there you go.
Let's go.
Okay, you're okay. They got him.
We did it.
They
Let's
picked Jaden.
go. Yes.
All
We
right.
got our guy.
Don't get
Franchise
hurt.
quarterback.
Don't get
Right.
injured walking to the podium.
Let's go. It happened, y'all. Franchise quarterback. How you guys feeling?
There you
If you're in the comments, you're watching. How you feeling about this? I know we were kind of split.
I just got a
I was
I just-
confident the whole way. I had no doubts. No doubts.
I just got a text from my buddy. He said RG4.
Ha, I heard that earlier today too.
Stop it.
RG4 is
I love
crazy.
Oh, that's
Anthony
funny.
Dan says no. No.
I mean, but
Oh,
it's easy to make the comparison to RG3 because of their skin
Mobility.
color. Obviously, they're both fast runners, but I always felt like RG3, when you're comparing their scrambling skill, RG3 is more of a straight line runner. Daniels is a straight line runner, but he has much more wiggle than RG had.
I will give you that.
We saw him break ankles versus Alabama and other SEC schools, whereas RG3 was just straight smoke you. But as far as Daniels, the quarterback, like I'm happy with the pick. We started out thinking that he would be the pick earlier in the draft process. Then we went to Drake, May, and then for a spell, McCarthy. But I think at the end of the day, he's excited. I'm looking at him now. He got the black fitted on with a nice suit, way better than Caleb Williams, like 1,000%. But yeah, I'm excited, and I can't wait to watch this tape more, break him down a bit more, and yeah, I think we got a good one, and he's coming into a great situation, and that's the most important thing to remember. I feel like it's not like 2012 where you got Snyder over everybody like a emperor or something. Like you have a team effort from ownership all the way down to the freaking water boy, probably, and that is going to benefit Jaden Daniels more than anything else.
That's right, and he's a great pocket quarterback. RG3 was not a pocket quarterback coming out of Baylor. There's no way you can convince me otherwise. Jaden Daniels is already good from the pocket. We got a good one, guys. Now he's going to have to bulk up over the years, maybe 5 pounds a year, something like that. But I think we got a good one. He gets the ball out quick, can get the ball deep, and he can move. He can extend drives. That's what the NFL is all about today. You got to be able to extend drives. Jaden Daniels does that with ease. He's going to have to learn to, finish off his runs a little bit better and not get trucked. But listen, also, if you play Madden, you want to use the Commanders this year because that's going to be a great team on Madden. You have Austin Eckler, Daniels and Eckler make a good pairing back there. You have Brian Robinson Jr., right? Archie Manning in 2026. Auntie Dan, you calm down. You relax. This is a good fit.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so going back to the RG3 comp, the reason I did compare him a little bit to RG3, and the main thing I did is because he's got skinny chicken legs and he doesn't avoid contact. That's the thing that scares me about him. I don't have any problem with him as a passer for the most part. I think he hasn't really shown that he's going to make passes on the move as much as I would have liked to have seen. I think that's something that he can probably, that may have been what he was coached to do at LSU because he was so good at it and can run away from people. So if he's able to use his legs to buy time and still throw the ball, then that's fantastic. My biggest concern, though, is that he is very thin and he doesn't really look like the kind of frame that he's going to really be able to put on much more weight. And he has got to clean up his runs. He's got to get down. He has got to learn how to slide. And historically, we've seen quarterbacks not learn how to do that very easily. That's not a seamless transition because it's a mentality and a mindset. So again, I have said all off season, if he's the pick, that's my guy. I'm a Jaden guy now. I couldn't Drake who? JJ what? I don't know, right? Jaden's the guy. So Jaden's the quarterback. This is the front office that everybody wanted. This is the guy to run things. So if that's the pick, I trust this front office to make the right call. I trust this coaching staff to coach them up to play. So let's roll. Let's go, JJ. I'm all in.
I am on cloud 11, not even cloud 9, cloud 11 right now.
Oh, we just got to show them the Commanders first round quarterbacks. That's a terrible graphic.
Yeah, it's
Nobody
not
wants
good.
to see that. Yeah,
Schuler, Ramsey.
It's a great group to be in.
Which of those groups did you believe in the most, Eric? I was all in on Ramsey. You know that, and RG3. Those are the two I believed in the most of that group. Ooh, the Patriots have already made their pick. Go ahead, Eric. What you got?
Yeah. Going back, I mean, I was young and not really astute enough to understand that Heath Schuler wasn't going to be a guy. I was just buying into all the hype that everybody was given because I was like 18. So that was probably the one that I was most excited about. The rest of them, I wasn't super.
You want a Patrick Ramsey guy?
No, I wasn't. I was actually a bigger Jason Campbell guy. Like I had high hopes for Campbell because coming out of Auburn, like he was legit. And I just thought that if they could, and I still think if there could have been any kind of stability around him early on, that he could have worked out a little better. But they kept cycling through coordinators just like they did in college, and he just never had the foundation to build on. So yeah, he was probably, I'd say Jason Campbell, like as a mature guy, as mature as I could be, probably would be the one I was most excited about.
I'm glad you mentioned Campbell because thinking about it, that was probably the last time as a whole. Well, not as a whole because Snyder was still here, but that was probably the last time the organization actually was catering to a quarterback the right way. They drafted him in 2004. Oh, no, they drafted him in 2005. I'm sorry. But they didn't start him right. Right. And, of course, it was rumors that we were trying to get Rodgers, but didn't get him. The Patriots about to make or have made their. Matter of fact, who did they pick, Ellie? I know you know already.
They took Drake.
I can't even pronounce it.
The Pats. Yep.
Drake May to the Patriots. Yo, shout out to Drake May, man. He's got a lot of skills. You have got to have the right coordinator to develop him and bring him along. But if you do, you have an absolute prize in Drake May. My concern is always the ifs and the potential, you know what happens with that, right? Like potential gets you fired. So you got to have the right system around. Who's the Patriots offensive coordinator or quarterback coach? You guys know?
I have no idea. And that's what I was about to say. It's funny. I was trying to make the comparison about being having the organization ready to bring you in. I don't think the Patriots are ready, but they're far in a way probably better prepared than Washington in the early 2000s. But I really feel like, I know I drafted May for them in the mock, but I really would have traded that pick knowing that as a whole, we're probably not ready for a quarterback yet. You maybe can wait until 2026 to get better prospects. Like, we don't know what's going to happen with Archie Manning, but maybe you get you trade back, you get pieces, and maybe in 2026, maybe Archie does work out the way we expect him to, and you can trade your extra picks up to get him. But I mean, I hope so. I hope it works out for him. But personally speaking, I would have traded. I told you, I put Minnesota over a table for them picks.
Right. Maybe the table was too large. So the Patriots have Alex Van Pelt, former NFL quarterback. He's the OC. Ben McAdoo's on the staff. Quarterback coach T.C. McCartney. I thought T.C. was the guy who flew the chopper in Magnum P.I., but he's coaching quarterbacks for some of you old heads remember that reference.
Pimping the Waynes bros.
That too. Yeah. So yeah. I don't know. They've got to go. I mean, Alex Van Pelt, former NFL quarterback. You hope they can do it. Ben McAdoo is kind of up and down. He did work with Eli, so who knows? Good luck to Drake. I think he's super talented. I still think easily the highest ceiling in this draft. A physically gifted player, very mobile quarterback. Good job throwing over the middle. I like him a lot, but he ain't no Jaden, because Jaden's my guy. He's been my guy all along. I'm not going to back off of Jaden now. I've been on Team Jaden since he was in high school. I've been following him. I've been his biggest fan.
That's right. We appreciate you. No, I followed him since ASU. You guys know that. Honest to God, I've been a fan of his since ASU. I've said it since we started this podcast that I was a huge Jaden Daniels fan. I wanted to be drafted by the Commanders. That's why I'm so excited. The word is the Commanders fell in love with Jaden Daniels a long time ago. They really, really like Jaden all throughout this process. You know, we had a lot of smoke lately with the whole 4-person interview or 20-person, whatever it was, and
Top Golf and all that.
Top Golf thing. The Commanders have been infatuated with Jaden Daniels. I saw that report from somebody today, going back to, some of the early parts of the offseason. So I'm excited. I know there's going to be some folks that really wanted Drake May. I get it. I'm not hating on anybody that wanted that or had that opinion. I personally love what we did, but I get it, and let's see what happens, because I'm all in. I'm excited. I don't live close enough to go to games every week. Eric, you know what that drive is like, man. Going to that stadium.
Maybe if they drafted JJ.
I'm going to go to some, though, for sure. I'm going to go to some games this year because that's cool. The Cardinals are on the clock, man, and they're going to take the pick. You think this guy's Marvin Harrison Jr.? Or you think this is
Marvin
Harrison? I think they shocked the world and take Neighbors, man. I think Neighbors goes before.
I like
Harrison.
Neighbors a lot too, but Harrison Jr. is like Larry Fitzgerald. I don't know if I can pass up on that for Neighbors.
Oh my goodness! I'm sorry. I just saw that the Magic are beating the Cavaliers by 30. My goodness, that's surprising. That's as surprising as them taking Neighbors, but I digress.
The pick is in. You think the Giants are at 6, man. You think they actually take a quarterback this year? I think that's all smoke. I think they're going to go whoever the Cardinals don't take here.
Daniels isn't it. You never know when you're going to pick in the top 10. You'd rather not pick in the top 10. And if you feel like McCarthy is a much better quarterback than Daniels, you take the cap hit on the chin, and you draft McCarthy and you throw him into the fire, and adios, Daniel. Thank you for everything, or nothing at all.
It's also going to depend on what happens next with the next pick, because that's probably the most tradable pick in the top 10, number 5.
The Chargers right here.
Yeah, the Chargers can move down and still get a top-notch wide receiver, which is really what they need. Wide receiver or an offensive tackle. They've got their pick of either, and they don't have to stay at 5 to do that. I think that's the most likely traded. So if
There we go.
if that's the case,
Marvin Harrison Jr. They did it. They did
Marvin Harrison looks like he's about to go hunt vampires.
it.
Oh my goodness! I'm a couple of seconds behind, so I can't see yet, but I can't wait.
Yeah,
to
Marvin
see.
Harrison. He's like got the Wesley Snipes blade look going on. Nah,
It's like if Wesley Snipes and Travis Scott had a kid, man. That's Marvin Harrison.
exactly. That's the pick, though, man. That's the. I
like
mean,
the-
honestly,
I like that.
talent-wise, I think he's the best player in the draft. Like, if you're all things equal, if you're not looking for a quarterback and you're just, I'm picking the best player, I think it's Marvin Harrison. He's got the lineage, and he doesn't even like. If I didn't even know what his name was, if his name was like Jeff Stevens, he'd still be the best player in the draft, right? Like, he's unbelievable.
Dude,
He's got everything you want in a wide receiver.
Yep. Great routes.
Yeah,
He's pretty
Yeah.
fast.
And
Excellent.
size and
Yep.
speed. He's got everything. He's like the prototypical. Yeah, I mean, he's
it's crazy how much he
Yeah.
looks like his father when he has glasses on.
yeah, he does.
Like he really is Marvin Harrison Jr.
That's going to be an excellent pick for the Cardinals. You guys sold on Kyler Murray though out there? You think they're going to
No.
stick with him?
I
again?
know. I
yeah,
know. I like. I have no problems with Murray. The size, the Call of Duty stuff. Like I have no problem. He's a fine quarterback.
he's all right. I mean, I've never been a big Kyler guy. Again, I'm not a fan of running quarterbacks in general. I think he's been, his early in his career, people raved about his accuracy, but it was more Larry Fitzgerald and DeAndre Hopkins plucking passes off their ankles more than it was him actually being an accurate passer. But yeah, he's fine. He's not. I'd be pissed if he was on the Commanders, but he can do whatever he wants out in Arizona.
I told people when the pick was in, or whenever the pick was made between Daniels and made for Washington, that the war was not ending with that pick. I've seen receipts after receipt after receipt on X right now, man. It is a war. Like the war is not ending anytime soon.
That's all right.
Yeah. Look, there's no point. This is why another reason I don't do X.
I still call it Twitter, by the way. But.
I mean, it's fine. I don't even. I can't. I got locked out, and I never bothered to unlock my password. So probably somebody hijacked it and they're tweeting.
You don't do XE? You should try it.
No, I don't.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh, no.
Wait, this is a family podcast, Mike.
Sure.
I already told you I do bumps with the north side folks in Chicago.
Guys,
Oh my goodness.
Still do that. All right. So, real quick, back to Drake May. The receivers in New England are who exactly? Do you guys think he plays year one at all? I think Brissett gets most of the.
I was about to say, with Brissett there is really in the way that everything's set up right now. Like, no, don't start him unless you have to.
Yeah,
just roll.
Yeah, there's no reason to. Yeah, if he needs to develop, let him develop. And if he's better than Brissett day one, then he starts. Otherwise, there's no reason to rush him on the field.
No.
You've got time to build, and you've got a very good quarterback in front of him. Unlike in Washington, like Jaden needs to start day one because nobody wants to see Marcus Mariota out here.
I mean, when I say nobody wants to see Mariota,
I mean nobody. Mrs. Mariota doesn't want to see Mariota here.
I don't have to say anything because so many people has been cooking this man. And then the cherry on top is that his uniform number is 0. Like nobody wants to see that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see a quarterback win with a 0 on their jersey. Like just get him up out of here.
Mariota. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. I mean, I think the rumor was that they pushed really hard to get Sam Darnold first before they settled,
which is crazy.
Yeah, Sam Darnold is
to go from Darnold to Mariota is crazy.
Darnold
it just shows you that they don't have a type of quarterback that they were actually looking for.
Right,
they're just looking for the best guy out there. And Darnold, not a huge Darnold guy, but I think he's better than Marcus Mariota at this point. And apparently his teammates loved him in San Francisco, so maybe has a lot to do with it. Oh, sorry, my cat decided it's snuggle time. Give me a second.
You think, Mike? You think they go Joe Alt to the Chargers, the tackle out of Notre
I
Dame?
mean, it's possible. We got to think about who's calling the shots down there with Harbaugh. They need a receiver bad. Their core is maybe a step or two ahead of the Patriots, but I mean, I'm sure Quentin Johnson may be better than Kendrick Bourne, and I can't think of any more receivers in New England.
Right.
So Neighbors, I really feel like Neighbors is going to be a great receiver, and I just don't know if the Chargers are in that much need of an offensive tackle to pass up a talent like Neighbors. This would be like passing up Jamar Chase or Odell Beckham or AJ Green or one of those elite Andre Johnson, like one of these elite wide receivers that's going to cook for years to come. I don't know. I would either trade this pick or get Neighbors.
Yeah, and to work with one of those guys to work with Herbert for the long term too. And you have a superstar wide receiver because you just jettisoned one great wide receiver and one really good wide receiver in Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. And you really don't have the coverage kind of empty at the wide receiver spot in San Diego. At the same time, you do have Justin Herbert, and you need to keep him upright. So Joe Alt wouldn't be the worst pick. And I don't know who the Chargers left tackle is, but I guarantee you they're probably not better than Joe Alt. Rashawn Slater?
Left or right. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they got Rashawn Slater, then yeah, you're right. It's Slater. So absolutely,
the pick is in.
Joe Alt. Yeah,
you remember when Slater and Chase Young were having their battles, and Slater won that hands down.
Yeah. Like I really feel like it should be Neighbors or trade, and if they pick him, I mean, it's not like drafting another tackle to go with Slater would be the worst thing in the world, but
you don't have
no. Maybe you go, but if you've got Rashawn Slater on the left side, maybe you go like J.C. Latham for the right, or it's the Fuaga from Washington. Maybe you take a right tackle.
Oh, with their second round pick.
I mean, maybe you take him. Yeah, you move back and you grab one of those guys. I mean, there's no way I would take like a Joe Alton or a Fashanu and put him on the right side. But
they
if you,
too.
Man, they could have traded with the Chargers. I mean, the Chargers could have traded with the Vikings and picked up.
Maybe the Vikings are cool with where they're at.
Might be. Maybe that was all hype. I mean, the
Chargers could pick up Brian Thomas and one of the offensive linemen that you were talking about. I don't know. I guess I just got a thing for LSU receivers. Oh no, we lost LA.
Well, I mean, LSU receivers are a pretty safe bet. I mean, LSU wide receivers, Iowa tight ends, left tackles from Big Ten schools, like they're usually pretty solid bets. Looks like the pick is in for the Chargers. Let's see. Adam Schefter is up here talking. I don't read lips.
Their war room, their draft room doesn't look too excited. So I'm going to say that shows that they're taking a safe pick. And when I think safe picks, I think Neighbors.
Or Joe Alt. Yeah.
Yeah, like it could be either one.
Center. Yeah. We'll see who they grab.
They're in such a weird position. They should be a better team than what they are. And maybe with Harbaugh there, they become that team that we've been expecting them to become. That,
I think so.
Their former coach.
Yeah, coaching may be the issue out there.
Couldn't do. So it's going to be interesting. I'm still waiting.
Let's see. Who's the pick? Joe Alt. They took Joe Alt.
Oh, wow.
Sorry. Did I beat you?
No. Well, yeah, but it's cool. I'd rather us get the information out as quick as possible.
Oh, man. Joe Alt, number 5.
Yeah, I mean, if you got 2 tackles.
Yeah.
Like, you have 2 tackles. When most teams don't have 1, you have 2 now. And we've been saying all draft that the wide receiver position is the deepest it's been probably ever for a draft. So maybe they've just get a second round wide receiver. maybe Leggett falls to him, or the Texas receiver Mitchell. Maybe he falls down
Yeah,
to him
Nye
in the
Mitchell.
second round. But that's one less. I mean, it's not like we knew. I mean, we knew Washington wasn't trading this far up to get an offensive tackle.
Yeah.
But that is one offensive tackle off the board available. So is this the beginning of a run? Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who's next? The Giants. Okay,
The Giants are on the clock. Let's see who they go after. Do they take JJ McCarthy, or do we go? They go with your boy from LSU. I think Malik Neighbors has to be the pick here.
man, but they can also go offensive tackle too.
They could.
What's the man from Penn State? Can't think of his
Fashanu?
name. Yeah, Fashanu. They can draft him if they like Jones. If they feel like, hey, this your last time, buddy.
Yeah.
So
We'll see. I mean, given no more excuses, they do have a pretty solid left tackle. I can't remember his name.
who the Giants?
Yeah, the Giants have a left tackle.
I'm trying to think of it without looking it up. Is it Thomas? No, it's not Thomas. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, we can Google it if we weren't so lazy. We could Google Giants left tackle. It'd be a very.
I usually just go to our lads and look at the depth chart.
Oh, we back.
Tom, it is Thomas, Andrew Thomas.
Andrew Thomas, yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Thomas.
Yeah, so they've got Andrew Thomas. So, you can plug in again. Do you go right tackle? Do you go, I think it's got to be, if it's not JJ McCarthy, I think it's got to be Malik Neighbors.
Yeah,
Here.
their receivers
or
are horrible.
Odunze. Yeah, or Odunze, but Malik Neighbors has got to be the pick here.
I
If
don't
it's not JJ.
I don't see McCarthy here. They just got too much going on with that offense.
They do.
That contract for Daniel Jones. I mean, golly, Daniel Jones would know that he's on his way out, but still have to play out this year. No, thank you. That's just a bad situation. I think it's the wide receiver. It's Neighbors.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's close.
I would agree with you. I think that's probably the way they go. The pick is in. Kamish is walking up to the
Let's make it happen.
to
We
the
got
podium.
that.
I don't know if you saw it, but the Chargers picked Alt.
Chargers
yeah.
did take Joe Alt. And Joe Alt looks like he's 16 years old, by the way. Did you see that dude sitting there? That dude has zero facial hair. Aside from being 6'8", 320, he just looks like a giant baby.
Big child.
Any
Yeah.
other draft, I would have loved to take in Joe Alt, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's your franchise left tackle right there. I'm glad he's in the AFC West.
Once you get in the top 3, top 5, and you don't have a top 10 quarterback, I would say top half of the league. You kind of got to take the quarterback.
Yeah. You guys remember how blessed we used to be with left tackles, man? I mean, we had a run like
Dude, we had such a good run with left tackles. We had a little
And they
lull
do
there in the
nothing with
90s.
them.
But I mean, you went from Joe Jacoby to Jim Lachey, then you had like a drop off for a few years, and then you went into Chris Samuels, and then straight into Trent Williams.
You forgot
Unbelievable.
one. You forgot one. John Jansen. Wasn't Jansen left tackle?
He was a right tackle.
Nah, he was the right tackle with
Played on
Samuel.
the other side, yeah.
There was somebody before Trent Williams.
Yeah, Chris Samuel.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Chris
Samuel
Samuel, yeah, you're right. I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, I mean, you had 20 years of elite play.
And no
You had
quarterback.
15 years before that with elite play, yeah.
Yeah, amazing, dude.
I mean, and that's that's crazy.
Oh, Giants pick is in, y'all.
The Giants pick is in. We're about to find out.
That's messed up.
Elite.
ABC put quarterback first in the team needs.
They're not
They
wrong.
were quarterback, receiver,
Ain't wrong.
quarterback.
They got Wandale Robinson. They got Jalen Hyatt at receiver. Those are all complimentary guys. They need a number one receiver. They're going to go with Rome Odunze, aren't they? No.
They might. I mean,
I mean, people
mad.
say that he's just as good.
Well,
so.
Malik Neighbors is the pick.
Oh, God, that's a good pick for them. Hey, Emmanuel Forbes,
Yeah.
get ready. Okay, St. Jude, get ready.
Get ready to watch balls bounce off the turf.
So
3
far, I
yards in front
think
of
I'm 2 for 2 in my picks from the mock
gonna be-
draft.
He's going to look really good with passes thrown nowhere near it. It's going to be
I think
amazing.
I'm 2 for 2.
He's going to run good routes, though.
Yeah, I hope he
picked
can
May for
block
the
for Daniel
Patriots.
Jones.
I picked May for the Patriots and Neighbors for the Giants.
Now,
Okay.
Tennessee gets interesting, guys, after this one because their needs are receiver, running back. I know they're not going to take a running back this early. but they have
Left
a lot
tackle.
of need, left tackle. Too.
Yeah, you need a left tackle with Alt off the board. Do you jump up and I've seen Fashanu dropping on a lot of boards in the past couple of weeks too. He's like in that 15 to 20 range in a lot of mocks recently. I don't put all my faith in mock drafts unless it's my own where I took Drake May at number 2. But it's going to be interesting if Fashanu's the guy or if Fuaga jumps up or Fuaga and Fatanu. I get those confused, but those are both left tackles. And I apologize. I know that sounds moderately racist, but I just don't pay enough attention to the NFL. So I look forward to figuring out who is who when the Titans draft one of them. But yeah, you've got Fashanu, Fuaga, and Fatanu. Forgive me for it's like the Spider-Man meme where they're all like pointing at each other. I don't know who's who.
I can see them taking a tackle out of Alabama too.
JC Latham. Yeah, he's a right tackle. That would make a little bit of sense because you've got Thomas on the left side over there.
Yeah. I'm getting texts about Malik Neighbors from our Giants friend Ryan Cohane. He's a huge
Ryan.
fan.
We got to get him on the draft. Ask him how he's going to feel about passes bouncing off the turf in front of Neighbors all season.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, this first round, man. I mean, so obviously, if we want to tackle, if the Titans go tackle here, we're in trouble for wanting to trade up at 19, right? Because you don't want this run of tackles to happen, right? You kind of want receiver, other positions to push these guys down. So hopefully the Titans go somewhere else because we don't want to move up for the 7th tackle in the draft,
Yeah, I think the run is going to be on tackles in the draft. I can't imagine after Odunze comes off the board, I don't see a big run anymore. Brian Thomas is going to be, a pick in the teens. After that, man, I don't know that you use a first round pick on any of those guys or if anybody's even worth giving up picks to move up for.
Right.
So I think tackles are going to go, unfortunately. So if Washington's going to make a move, they're going to need to figure out how much they want to give up and start giving it up soon.
Man, you got Atlanta at 8-2. They just got Kirk Cousins. You could see them going tackle. Oh, it's gonna be guys. It's gonna be tough. Everybody watching. And thank you for watching and hanging out with us too. By the way, man, we appreciate everybody on the stream. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to the podcast too on YouTube and any audio platforms. We're there. We drop episodes just about every week. Let's see. The Titans have 4 minutes left. I don't know what they're gonna do, man. They have so many options. You know who I could see them doing? This could be a Brock Bowers landing zone, don't you think?
Yeah, it's what I picked. Yeah, I picked that the other day. Brock Bowers with all off the board. Because you get kind of the best of both worlds because he's a great blocker, so you get protection, and you get a superstar talent at receiver. You've got basically a gigantic wide receiver playing, left tackle for you. So I could see that pick happening. I still think they're going to go with a true left tackle here, but you never know.
Etsy Dan says Titans take Fashanu. Totally could see that happening. I don't think the Falcons.
Etsy Dan hates him some Jaden Daniels though, for real.
Shout out to Etsy. I don't think the Falcons take Bowers because they just got homeboy from
they got Kyle Pitts. Yeah. No, I think the Falcons go edge rusher. I think Latu or Dallas Turner is going to be their pick. I think they're going to go edge rusher. Yeah.
All right, here you go. Titans. The pick is in. I'm going to say Brock Bowers. I'm going to agree with what you said, Eric. I think that's what they do here. I think we'll see.
That's what I said the other day. I think it's a tackle this time.
They could also go corner too. That wouldn't surprise me as well.
Yeah.
Too early for Cooper DeJean?
Yes. Not too early. Okay. Not too early for homeboy from Dayton, though. I think you'd be very happy with Quinyon Mitchell. Yeah, I think he'd be fine.
Oh yeah,
that'd be a great pick here.
The commercials was Planet of the Apes. Have you guys seen any of those?
Yeah, I gotta watch. I saw the original one with Charlton Heston and the guys in rubber masks. That is the only one I've ever seen. Yeah. I didn't see it in the theater. I'm not that old, but I did see it.
I haven't seen any of these recent ones. I don't know. They look like they might be good action flicks, but I don't know.
I will tell you, man, and I'm going to nerd myself out for this, but I've already done that quite a bit. I've always been a big Godzilla geek, and the new Godzilla movie is so much fun to watch. It was so good in the theater.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's just gigantic, stupid fun with monsters punching each other in the face. It just doesn't get any better than that. Again, my buddy Travis. I got a friend that I've literally been friends with since like first grade, and we've just been Godzilla nerds for our entire life and friendship. And even over like we just text each other Godzilla memes to like this day. We still do it. And he was like, he sent me for his birthday this year. His kids got him this like giant animatronic Godzilla that breathes like smoke comes out. He was so excited for it. So yeah, since we're on commercial break, I'll go ahead and talk about my weird Godzilla fetish with my buddy Travis. It's not nearly as awkward as I made it sound, I promise.
That's awesome. Oh man!
Shout out to Travis Lucas. You're my guy.
Shout out Travis. So look, you got the Saints at 14. That's a tackle spot potentially. Seattle always needs offensive linemen. That's an option. Man, I don't know, guys. I think we have to get up to, I think 19 is the latest we can get up to and get anybody.
Did they announce the Titans pick on TV yet?
No, it's still a commercial break.
Oh, I think they drafted an offensive tackle.
No, don't say that. Did they?
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't see the.
Are you on social media? You see it?
No, I just got a text message.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't remember hearing the pick, so I'm like, where are they getting this information?
Well, who's the
from?
tackle? Who did they take?
Fashanu.
Come on, Schefter. Don't leave us hanging.
This commercial break is long, man. Get back to
All right.
the
Get off my screen, LL Cool J.
I know that they try not to spoil the pics on social media, so I'm not sure what's happening.
So how could your friend find out, man?
Maybe
that's what I'm saying. Like,
he's got
a
man on the ground in Detroit. Detroit's your town, LE, man. You should have people on the ground.
Yes, I do. Now
they drafted Latham.
I told you.
Yeah.
I told
no, you didn't. You said Brock Bowers. Don't.
Didn't I say Latham could be a pick they make?
Yeah. You did say Latham could be a pick that they made. No, actually, you were talking about the Giants. I thought it doesn't matter. I refuse to admit you're right about anything. So,
well, what's that number 3 or number 2 for offensive tackles?
That is offensive tackle number 2.
Number 2.
Falcons on the clock. Let's see if another one comes off. I do think Falcons go edge here, though. I really do.
Yeah,
I did my Ron Rivera impression. Did you hear that? I think they go edge. I really do.
Everything we need is in this room for this podcast. That's right.
Yeah. Shout out to Ron Rivera.
Yeah, man.
I still got hope for Emmanuel Forbes.
They are just now
without feet are. I am where my feet are.
Oh, we announcing.
Come on, Goodell. We already know.
J.C. Latham. Okay, yeah.
Yep. Mike had the advance notice. Let's go.
Yeah, he is. J.C. Latham is the best. Like, he's a legit, I think, right tackle. And I think he's probably the best option at right tackle in the draft. I think some of those other guys you can flip-flop, but they're probably better suited. I know Fashanu's a left tackle. I would think the other 2 guys are as well. So Latham, cream of the crop. Maybe they try to make him a left tackle too. I don't know, but I think I've kind of seen him projected as a right tackle for the most part.
I prefer my offensive lineman out of the Big Ten. You know, I don't know.
Bill Callahan is the coach down there, so I think whoever they draft will be all right.
Yeah.
That dude is a house, man. Holy crap.
Yeah, Latham's a monster.
So who's left? Fashanu?
Look at that lower body, man. Oh my gosh, that guy is like tree trunk legs.
I feel like I'm watching Deron Payne play.
Yeah, it's like Deron, yeah. Like that dude is just a powerhouse.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I mean, I like Latham. I didn't think he'd go this high, being that he's not a left tackle, but hey, he's cream of the crop as far as right tackles go in the draft.
Yeah, I got no problem with that pick, man. I got no problem with it.
Yeah, I don't know who they have at left tackle up there.
If the Falcons don't go edge rusher, I don't know what they're gonna do.
I mean, edge rusher or corner, I think, for the Falcons. I mean,
they
could go.
I could see them going receiver too. Who they got?
They have
Drake, London, right?
Yeah, London,
and a couple other just guys. I thought maybe they have other people. I thought it would just had a couple guys though.
Roddy White.
No, you stop.
Andre Rison. I think those are the guys they have. Yeah,
Julio Jones. JC Latham is a big dude, man. That's
yeah,
crazy.
he is a house. Yeah.
Wow.
No, I like that. I think Alt was probably their first choice, but if you can get JC, that's
Yeah.
not a bad consolation prize. Good for them. Falcons pick is in. Let's see who we got going on. Oh, the Giants are coming up next too.
No,
Giants are definitely. Oh no, sorry, the Bears rather.
Bears
The
are
Bears.
Bears.
Yeah,
oh
no,
my
the Bears
goodness, y'all are
Bears
not
are
going to
going
believe
Odunze.
who they drafted.
No,
Oh,
they
I'm
is
I'm
that
not even
right?
going to say nothing.
JJ McCarthy.
Etsy
They
Dan
draft
put him
JJ
in the
McCarthy.
chat.
Give me JJ.
Oh, is that real?
JJ McCarthy. Do
Hold
it.
on.
Bo Nix.
No,
Bro, that's a pick. They just
That's
showing Subway
crazy.
player interview. Don't spoil it, Mike. I want to see it because Etsy Dan
I'm
might have
not
said it
gonna
already.
say it.
Oh, the Falcons took Penix. I'll say it. Is that who they took?
Don't spoil it.
That's what I see.
You see, Falcons took Penix. Are you reading Etsy Dan's comment, or are you getting that off of your reliable
No, I'm
sources
on
on the
social
ground in
media.
Detroit?
They
Nah.
just
Detroit
signed
Rock
Kirk
City.
Cousins to $1 trillion.
That's
Yeah, but Michael Penix is-
crazy.
Wait.
But
That can't be real. Michael Penix went before JJ McCarthy.
Hey man,
that
so
is
Michael Penix.
crazy.
So go back to like our January shows, and my comp for Michael Penix was Kirk Cousins though. So maybe it's not so crazy.
Man.
Raheem Morris about to get himself cooked.
No, man.
I that's the only way I can justify this. I know Kirk
That
is
is-
around my age, so he's like 35, 36, 37, something like
Michael
that.
Penix, I know, man.
No, Kirk. Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
So-
Michael Penix is close to 35, man.
You play Kirk for 3 years. I think he signed for 3 years, and I guess they're going the Green Bay Packer route, man. And
But the thing
draft a
is-
quarterback, you develop him, man. I mean, but what else do they need? Like their offensive line
Talk
is
about that is
solid.
if you're going to draft
They're-
a quarterback like that, why would you draft somebody who's so NFL ready? Like Michael Penix could play this year. Like, he could hop right in. If you're drafting, like I could see it if you're drafting like a Drake May, or if you're even like a JJ McCarthy, since he doesn't have a ton of experience. That's a
this is
wild pick
crazy.
if that's the
Yeah.
call.
If that's
If
true,
Michael Penix, yeah. Let's
That's
see if it actually shows up.
listen, I'm not gonna call it a waste of a pick because I think Penix is a really good player. Why did you sign Kirk Cousins this offseason? What does Kirk Cousins' real deal look like? When does that guaranteed money end? Do you know?
Oh, you know it's fully guaranteed. You know Kirk doesn't play when it comes to guaranteed money.
know,
Kirk
not
got every
money.
penny of that.
Money Kirk getting it all. He getting it all.
Yeah.
This
Oh, I can
cannot
tell
be
you.
real. That's
Pretty wild.
Oh, it's only a 2-year deal. Okay. It's 2 years,
They could've-
66 million.
66 million over 2 years. So
Okay.
again, Michael
the
Penix is
pick
going to
makes
be
a little bit more
26 years
sense.
old when he's going to be 26 years old in his first year starter.
we'll be collecting pension, man. Great thing.
Yeah, I want to see if that's the case. I want to see the fan reaction. I want to see how the Falcons fans react to
This
that.
can't be true. No
I gotta
way.
see this. This will be great.
Yeah. I think you guys are pulling our leg here, but let's see when this pick gets announced.
Yeah, and they're coming up right now.
Here comes Goodell strutting. He know he's got a bombshell in his hand.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm gonna shake this up. Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
Man.
keep that camera on the Falcons fans, please. When this pick gets announced.
we need to see that.
That is crazy.
Oh, this.
Yeah, they did. They took him.
Oh my
That's
God.
the pick. Michael Penix Jr. number
Even
8.
Even
To a team that
the
just signed a quarterback to a big deal and free. Wow, that is
even their
wild.
draft room was like mild because they were shocked what was just happening. They were like, "We really taking him?"
We need
That's
Michael
Dan
Penix
Caldwell,
Jr. right
man.
now.
That, you know what this
But
is?
I want to. You know what? I don't want to
Listen.
see anything. I want to see Kirk Cousins' living room right now. That's the camera view I need.
You think he care? He getting 66
Yeah, he's in his mind.
straight cash.
Now he's going to
direct
start dropping
deposit.
some passive aggressive nonsense about being where he wants to be and start angling for a trade through his agent. Watch.
But I mean,
Dude,
I like it because like I said, what else does Atlanta need? They have a solid O line. They got weapons galore. The defense is even okay. Not saying that they're like the Bears of '85,
Yeah.
but the defense
They had
is
Grady
okay.
Jarrett. and like Calais Campbell last year, though. I mean, they need some youth on that defense. Not that
I
Grady
mean,
Jarrett and
but
Calais Campbell aren't good, but man, those guys are like 52 years old now.
I mean,
And
and they're probably sticking to their board. And it's not
ain't
like,
no
like I
way.
said,
There's
Kirk
no way
isn't.
Michael Penix was your 8th best player on your board in this draft of all players. No
He
way.
might have
Wow.
been. He might
No
have
way.
been. And
That
it's not
is-
like they have trash evaluators down there either. They got our boy down there, Kyle Smith. I think he's still in
That is
Atlanta.
true. Kyle Smith is.
So, yeah, I don't like the
I wonder
logic
if he's
behind the
screaming at
pick
somebody
makes
right now.
sense. The logic behind the
Does
pick
it?
makes sense.
I don't see I don't see the logic behind the pick. I don't.
I mean,
I
Kirk,
mean, unless
you
they
got
know
him
something
for
about
2
Kirk Cousins
years.
that
You have him for 2 years, and they
so
probably
you get
saw
your
Penix
first round quarterback
Medical.
now to see. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I understand.
Okay.
Would I have done it? Heck no, I wouldn't have done it.
I was gonna say if this was Washington making this pick with what in the same situation, would you view it the same way?
I would probably be livid.
Yeah,
I would probably be livid.
that's what I thought. Yeah,
yeah,
good for
right.
that,
That's
and I hope it works out.
Yeah.
I mean, I like
Right
Raheem
now-
Morris. Go for it, but man, that's an interesting pick. Let's see. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. See how it works. See if it pays off for him.
Man, who's next? I done forgot to order the draft and everything.
I think it's
You got
the
Chicago up next, and this is going to be.
Oh
Odunze.
yeah, the Bears have the 9th pick. Man,
Odunze, or I can see Olu
they
Fashanu
have-
maybe going here, but Romeo
they have
Odunze.
so many avenues. If I was them,
Yeah.
I'd be looking to trade. I know you need 2 partners to
maybe they
need
can
a
trade with
partner to
Washington. Yeah, trade with us.
but
Then we can make our pick and go to bed. That is
Man,
a
this-
wild pick. Now I almost want X on my phone just so I can read people going off about this, but I'll rely
I
on you
was
guys.
trying to find some.
That's pretty crazy, man.
Listen,
That's
Magic Johnson said, I'm so thrilled and excited to welcome Jaden Daniels to the Commanders family. I'm looking forward to all the wins we will celebrate this season and years to come with you as our leader. I know you'll lead our franchise not only as a quarterback, but also in the locker room and the DMV community. Jaden Daniels. Let's go.
I'll drink to that.
Let's go. Magic's on board.
Penix to the Falcons. Twitter is blowing
Man,
up.
that is
about that pick.
that is a
I love
that
it.
is a curveball. I mean, that's wild. I did not see that coming at all. And JJ is still sitting out there on the board. I bet Minnesota's got to take JJ at 11.
Look at this picture of Wale he put on social
mean-
media. You guys can see that. That's
Oh
hilarious.
no, what does that say?
Shout out to
Oh.
Wale.
Yeah,
Good
there
guy.
you go. Yeah, so Chicago is not trading. The Jets. The Jets are going to take. That's Brock Bowers' best shot
I
to go
think
in
so.
the last shot to go in the
Chicago's
top 10.
Chicago's making a pick.
Yeah, Chicago's pick is in. It's Odunze or Fashanu for me in Chicago.
I mean, them getting Brock
Minnesota just jumped up. They just jumped up.
JJ, it's
Yeah,
JJ.
JJ's going to Minnesota. Yeah,
Yep.
Chicago's pick is
They-
in. Minnesota
Yo,
just
if
jumped
they
up.
take
a
Bo
spot.
Nix, I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah, right.
So the Vikings swap picks with the Jets.
Yep. Yeah,
No, the
Vikings
Bears.
and Jets just swapped.
Oh no,
No,
okay.
the Jets and Vikings. So the Bears are up now. The
Nice.
Vikings are now on the clock.
That's a great.
Odunze,
That's a
Odunze
great
to the
move
Bears.
for the. That's a great move for the Jets. You could probably still get Bowers and pick up an extra.
Yeah, you're going to get exactly who you wanted.
Yeah,
Odunze is the pick for the Bears.
I kind of
Nice.
love that pick for the Bears, man. They got receivers. Didn't they get Keenan Allen? And they
But
got
like I said on Tuesday, he's old, and like
He's
who
still
knows
good.
how
Yeah,
many.
he's still really good. But now you've got 3 really good receivers.
Yeah.
I'm down with Odunze. That's a great pick. Maybe offensive line might have been the pick there. That's good for the Commanders because that's another spot.
Yeah,
And
they
the
could've-
Vikings are going quarterback. JJ is going to the Vikings now. It's got to be.
no doubt. No
So
doubt.
The Jets.
So, has any defensive players been selected yet?
Nope.
No, man.
It's all offense. The whole top 10 is offense. Well, the first 9 are all offense. Yeah.
Has that ever happened? I don't know if that's ever happened.
4
Well,
quarterbacks in the
what-
top 10 too. I don't remember last time I saw 4 quarterbacks go in the top 10.
Might be 5,
Yeah,
or should be 5.
with
I
JJ
bet
coming up,
I
yeah,
know
5
what
out of.
happened. I bet I know what happened.
Oh, what
Denver
happened?
or Las Vegas was probably calling the Jets like,
Yep.
"Yo,
Yeah,
what you need?" And Minnesota
yeah,
was like,
Once
that's right.
take the
Penix went
23rd.
off the board, once Penix went off the board, I think he was the Raiders' pick. And once he went off the board, it was a wrap. They had to go. The Vikings said, "I can't play around with this anymore."
Like,
Yeah.
okay, that's enough.
And
We
yeah, the
gotta
Jets. I don't know what they got, but that's a good move for them to move
let
down
me
one spot.
see.
They're going to get exactly what they wanted.
Let me see if Twitter is.
Michael Penix at number 8 overall.
That's crazy. To the Falcons. That's the crazy part. It's not even that he went number 8. It's that he went number 8 to Atlanta.
Yo, you guys talk about like Jaden Daniels and kind of his fast rise. Penix, man, to think that he'd be the 8th overall pick in this draft is wild. But good for him, man. I mean, that dude has been through a lot as a quarterback, his injuries and all that stuff. And I'm super happy for him. I did not see this coming, though, man. I did not see it.
Yeah, Penix. Yeah, I mean, good for Penix. And I do. I think he's a good quarterback. And I think, like I said, Kirk Cousins is a good mentor for him because he's the same type of quarterback. You know, the on schedule, I think Penix maybe is a little bit better athlete. Cousins has shown himself to be much more durable.
Yeah.
But play style, very similar. So, that would be a somewhat seamless transition in Atlanta at the quarterback position when that happens. So yeah, that's just crazy. Absolutely insane. Vikings pick is in. And who are we picking now? We're still celebrating Odunze here, but the Vikings pick is in. It's got to be JJ McCarthy. If it's not, I don't know what anything is anymore. And I think JJ McCarthy with Kevin O'Connell is a really good combination. I mean, Kevin O'Connell with anybody, he's just a quarterback whisperer. I think he's great. Yeah, I think he's a great mentor. I think JJ is going to do really well there. And again, JJ doesn't have to start right away because Sam Darnold is capable of coming in and starting. I think McCarthy may replace him early on, but it's got to be JJ here.
Yeah. If they trade those picks for anything other than JJ, that GM on the hot seat immediately. Yeah. Immediately.
So where does that leave the Broncos and the Raiders? Are they fighting over Bo Nix now?
The Raiders are gonna. Who is the Raiders starter as of today? I mean, they have nobody.
Yeah, it's a mess down there.
Wow,
they
that up.
Oh, I see the trade. The Vikings received the 10th overall pick and the 6th round for this year. The Jets received the 11th overall pick, a 4th round pick, and a 5th round pick this year.
Okay,
that's it.
Fair. For one spot. That's fair.
Well, was it just for one spot? Okay.
Yeah,
it's just for one spot. But I wonder what other. So who's the 12th pick? That's who was trying to trade with the Jets.
It's Denver and Vegas right after the Jets here at 12 and 13, and they're both, now they're fighting over JJ McCarthy and Bo Nix basically, and somebody drafts Nix in the first round. That's lunacy to me. But I mean, Penix just went 8 to Atlanta, so who knows anything at this point?
I don't think
8. Nobody's crazy talk. That's wild.
I don't think Denver or Oakland will draft them.
But go ahead, Mike.
I said I don't think Denver or I said Oakland, Las Vegas will draft Knicks in the top 15.
Denver's definitely going Knicks now. There's nobody else to get for them at quarterback. Who's left?
I think you moved down your board, and you got it. So I think honestly, Michael Pratt from Tulane in like day 3 as a late day 2 or day 3 pick is the way quarterbacks are going off the board. I would take Michael Pratt in the 3rd round before I would take Bo Nix at 12 or 13.
Bo Nix. Hearing that name sucks. My last name is Pyatt, but I've been calling Michael Pratt my whole life.
I'm sorry.
So him being drafted is kind of a nightmare situation for me.
Man,
AJ McCarthy's smiling. Let's see what happens.
they
It
took.
would be hilarious if they draft Bo Nix.
Let me tell you something though. I love JJ McCarthy. I love Michigan. This is why pre-draft hype means nothing. They had this guy going 2, number 3 overall, 4 overall, and Michael Penix got taken over him, and nobody saw it coming. Holy cow!
Yep, nobody saw it coming. That's pretty wild. Like I said, this is a fantastic landing spot for McCarthy if he goes here, though.
The pick
So
is it.
good for him.
Who's a GM in Minnesota? I forgot the guy's name. Not Monty Osborne.
Quezzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
We'll just call him Questlove. Whatever.
Questlove.
Huh?
Playing drums for the Roots and picking players for the Vikings.
Here we go.
I don't know how to pronounce that. Kwesi Adolfo Mensah.
Yeah,
Works for me.
works for me too. Questlove. That's what we're gonna call him henceforth.
I was trying to get Ryan to come on. He said it's his anniversary. He had too much to drink, but
Oh yeah,
Man.
happy anniversary, Ryan! Shout out.
that's right.
I
He
mean,
said he
that
loves
would have
the
been
pick, and he hopes he's right about McCarthy.
hey,
What does he say about McCarthy?
He said he loves him, but he's glad they didn't get him with the Doomsday.
Do you remember that Daniel Jones is the Giants quarterback?
And they lost Saquon Barkley too this offseason. Yikes, that's going to be a bad Giants team this year, man.
And they'll still beat Washington twice.
We have a tweet from Sir Ocho Cinco. McLaurin and Dotson going crazy this season. Fire emoji.
Yes, that's a fact. That's an absolute fact.
So I guess you could say he's a fan of the Daniels draft pick for Washington.
Yep.
He was on the show with called Nightcap with Ocho Cinco and Shannon Sharp, and some controversy came from that because he said the weapons were they have weapons, and I'm like, what else is he supposed to say? He wasn't a member of the team yet. Yeah. He wasn't supposed to say we have the weapons. Like, come on, man, get real. But that's one thing I hope him and his camp talking about Jayden Daniels. I hope him and his camp learn quickly just how much the media and fans will take an inch and run with it. Because the agent probably thought nothing when he retweeted Florio's article or comment or whatever about the top offense of that. But once he opened those floodgates, it was crazy. But it was nice to see Daniels or his camp or whoever they addressed it quickly and was like, he'll be happy to go anywhere. And hard lesson to learn, but hoping a lesson nonetheless.
Florio, yep, JJ's the pick. JJ to the Vikings.
To the Vikings. Let's go. Can I say this though? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just going to shit on Florio. Sorry, pardon my French. He's like a middle school girl with his gossip. It's ridiculous, just stirring stuff up. Anyway, go ahead.
Man, you know what, though? As much props as you give to Daniels and his camp, we got to give props to our camp too, right? Adam Peters.
Yeah.
And that
never let it split.
Because that too, but also listen, man, if this was the old days, that little media scrum and dust up with Jayden Daniels' camp that was or wasn't would have totally changed who the pick was in the draft, because they would have gotten their feelings hurt and they would have went off and drafted somebody else that didn't make no kind of sense, right? So shout out to Adam Peters for being mature enough to work through that situation and not like totally freak out because there was a little bit of a discrepancy in how they worded something or a tweet they liked or retweeted. It shows real maturity in the organization. Adults are in the room, y'all. It's a good time to be a Commanders fan.
Yeah, I like it. And I like the fact that even with all that, they never let it slip who they were drafting. Like everybody was speculating right up till the last minute. That's the best part of it. They just don't show their cards. And hopefully that's just the way it is going forward and things don't get loose, as the comfort level grows. But I think it's absolutely great that the front office just kept the cards close to the vest the entire time.
I think my favorite rumor leading up to the pick was when it was 3 or 4 big name reporters, and they were saying, knowing Adam Peters, I know him, or I know somebody that knows him. They're confident that he's going to draft Drake May. And I'm like, I don't know nothing.
Right. You read about him. Like, relax.
Like, get out of here.
The Jets pick is
Nobody knew.
The Jets are picking.
We just all assumed. Yeah, I would be shocked if they don't take Bowers, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, at this point.
I can see a left tackle here because they let Mekhi Becton leave, and he wasn't that great anyway. So left tackle is definitely a need for the Jets as well. But Bowers, it's a good weapon for Aaron Rodgers to have.
Yeah. And shout out to JJ McCarthy. I think he's going to have a really decent career in the NFL. He's different than all these other prospects because, like, the inexperience, what Michigan asked him to do and not do, and all those things. But don't sleep for a second. JJ McCarthy's a good quarterback, and Eric said this earlier. I'm going to echo that. He has the right offensive coordinator to figure it out for him, and he's got excellent receivers, man.
Yeah, this is a really good landing spot for him. Outside of Washington, the best place he could have gone. I really think so.
Yep. Yeah, me too. Spoiler alert, the Jets did not take Bowers.
They took a left tackle.
Don't spoil it. No, he didn't. Oh, man. Fashanu?
Or
I'm not saying
or Fuaga.
I can't pronounce their name.
So it's not okay. Could be any of those three.
Yeah, who's a backup in the Jets? And for what am I trying to say?
They just traded Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
So I don't know who their backup quarterback is.
Oh, I can tell you pretty quickly.
Because Rodgers, man, coming off that Achilles, man, he's gonna put witch hazel on it and try to run back out there too soon.
Oh, they have a great backup, Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, they got.
They are good.
Somewhat of
a backup.
A little bit of a step down from Aaron Rodgers, though.
Yeah,
of course, but it's not like they're going from him to Jake Fromm. Like Tyrod Taylor is a solid. He's my age. He's 34. He's a solid backup. Like,
man, he's been around forever. I thought he was older than that.
That guy, 2011, he came in the same year as he's the only other quarterback. Or it was like the next quarterback drafted after Cam Newton, I think.
Dang. Really?
No. It was Cam Newton and Blake Bortles, not Blake Bortles. I can't think of his name. Guy with the Jacksonville. No,
Blaine Gabbert.
Gabbert, yes. So Gabbert, and then because Washington had the 10th pick, and they traded back for Jacksonville. Jacksonville took Gabbert. Commander.
Man, they still ain't announced the pick yet.
Yeah, they did. Fashanu to the Jets.
Oh, they took Fashanu. Yeah,
I was lying. It was Fashanu.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
WQ15 says, "I will not accept any Tyrod Slain." I'm guessing he's a Virginia Tech guy. I like Tyrod. I just thought he was old.
As long as you're not trying to throw the football forward, I think Tyrod's fine.
Tyrod, no, come on. He played decent with the Giants last year.
He ran all over Washington when he with the Giants because everybody with the Giants does. But
that's right.
Never been a huge Tyrod guy. He's perfectly acceptable if you have nothing else to put in there. But
what do you think about Fashanu as a?
It's a great pick. It's a great pick. I mean, he was to me almost as good as Alt. He was up there. He was my second favorite tackle in the draft from the guys that I looked at. He's good. He's a great athlete, big nasty dude.
He looks small compared to Latham that got taken earlier by the Titans.
Jets offensive line now has Tyron Smith, John Simpson, Joe Tippmann, Aliha Vera Tucker, Morgan Moses, and first-round pick Alu Fashanu.
Interesting.
That's a pretty decent offensive line.
Tippmann's a really good center. He was a pick last year, I think, and he's one of the best centers in the draft.
They don't even honestly. They don't have to start Fashanu right away. Tyron Smith and Morgan Moses can hold the fort down. I feel like, or maybe they kicking Tyron Smith into guard and leaving Morgan at right tackle. We know he's a good right tackle.
You got to assume Tyron Smith isn't going to play 16 games. That's probably
that too,
or 17 games.
I feel like Bowers should have been the pick, but I'm not a NFL general manager, so I don't know nothing for real.
I mean, if you
But
could, yeah, that's a.
feel
that's
like
a-
Bowers, heck, I had his name Wilson, Bowers, Wilson. Those two together would have done some damage. But again, what do I know?
So here's where it gets interesting. Now, what do the Broncos do and the Raiders?
Pick his
Because
name.
because
Pick his
quarterback
name.
is their biggest need. So what else are they gonna do?
And they got rid of
They
Jerry
had-
Jeudy too. Don't forget that.
Yeah, but they got like Jarrett Stidham back there, and yeah, see, and yeah. So this would be a good spot for Bo Nix because I think Bo Nix, like, actually Jarrett Stidham might have come after Bo Nix. I don't know. Bo Nix has been in college since like 1974. Yeah. Yeah, WQ15 says per Schefter, first time in NFL history, 5 QBs gone in the top in the first 10 picks. First draft where the first 10 picks were offensive players. So good
I
pull.
figured.
Yeah,
Great
good pull,
pull.
WQ15.
That's right.
Thank you
I
for keeping us
figured.
up to
Thank
date.
you for confirming that, sir.
ahead.
Sorry about slandering Tyrod.
Oh man, thank you for confirming that person. So let's say he does pick Bo Nix. Like, what are they doing out there with all those quarterbacks? Like, why trade for Zach Wilson if you were targeting Bo
right,
Nix
man.
in the first round?
I mean, it's not like Zach Wilson's a guy that is going to prevent you from taking a quarterback.
But you're wasting resources though.
That's true.
Like you're giving up unnecessary picks, and
Yeah.
this is the time of the year where I'm not trying to give up picks. I'm just sorry. Like,
I can see Quinion going here. This is my that's my call. I'm calling it. They're going to take Quinion Mitchell. Because there's no way they're taking Bo Nix this high.
Dude,
Absolutely.
Benjamin Albright has been all over Bo Nix to the Broncos at 12.
If Benjamin, I beg to differ. I mean, again, Penix went 8 to the Falcons, so what do I know? But
anything is possible.
I can see Quinion coming off the board here.
I don't.
Man, that Penix pick threw everything off.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
There's always one pick in the draft where everybody like, what? Like when the Lions picked that linebacker last year, everybody's like, what?
Jack Campbell, who is also awesome.
Right. I was about to say that it was a great pick.
Yeah, the Lions killed the draft last year. They had an amazing draft.
Oh, I
Reggie
knew the
Miller's
pick.
on my screen.
Actually, I've been to the pick. I ain't saying nothing.
Uh-oh. You knew the pick already.
Don't
Is it
spoil
Bo
the
Nix?
pick.
Is it Bo Nix?
Is it?
You need to send us your Twitter guy so that we can get on the same page here.
It's not Schefter, I can tell you that much.
It's Ari Mirov.
Oh, Ari Miroff?
Yeah.
Okay.
At My Sports Update. He works for the 33rd team.
Okay.
So he's legit.
Okay. Still not signing on to X. I'm not going to know.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
So after the Broncos, then I think you have another run on linemen at this point. You have Las Vegas, you have New Orleans, Pittsburgh still out there. I mean, good Lord, there's some teams that really need some tackles. I think there's only about 1 or 2 left that you need to.
Yeah, I think the Saints take a left tackle for sure.
Yeah,
I think they take a tackle 100% because they drafted that guy a couple of years ago that was a bum. It turned out to be a bum. So, yeah, I think the Saints take a tackle. The Colts could also take a tackle.
It's crazy. Literally every team after the Broncos can use a tackle.
Yep.
The Colts, the Seahawks, Jaguars, Bengals definitely still, unfortunately. Rams, definitely the Steelers.
yeah. The Rams are supposed to want that defensive interior player from, I think, Texas to replace Donald. Yo, I cannot imagine what the Raiders are thinking right now. They had Penix penciled in for them at number 13, and they thought
they should have gave up a 3rd round pick then.
They thought
if they really wanted them, they should have gave up the 3rd. Well, I'm sorry, that was the Vikings that made that trade. So they probably would have had to give up a lot to go from 13 to 8.
Nobody thought Penix was going that early, though. That's the thing. So,
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
mama.
Picks up. Rogers on the stage.
No.
Who we take it?
With
They
the-
took Bo. Oh my! They did take Bo Nix.
Bo Nix.
People are celebrating. That is
Here's your deal.
madness.
That's an insane pick. That's what that is.
It really
They
is.
took Bo Nix at 13. That is.
All 6 quarterbacks went
Well,
in the first 12 picks. That's
They're going to be
crazy.
picking a quarterback next year or in 2 years.
I don't think so.
Oh, Bo Nix.
No, they definitely will.
Dude, I cannot
I mean,
believe
like,
Bo Nix went
it
that high.
depends. See, this is Sean Payton, though, right? Sean Payton wants somebody who's going to execute his offense exactly as he has it drawn up and not deviate. And that's what he wants. And that's what Russell Wilson wasn't doing for him there. So now
Yeah.
Bo Nix is going to come in and be that guy.
Yeah.
But
no, he's
how
not.
good is he going to be?
I mean, I just I can't believe that he went that high. I don't know. I can't believe he went that high. And I might be wrong. But I mean, what's crazy, man, is I used to watch his dad play at Auburn. Patrick. Remember that? His dad beat Tennessee
Really?
1 year. Yeah, that was a big deal.
Bo
Bo
Nix's
Nix.
father?
Yeah, Patrick Nix. Yeah, he was Auburn quarterback. That's why Bo went there. And then Bo realized that Auburn runs a 1932 high school offense and decided to move on to Oregon. Yeah.
Let's recap the first round pick. So number 1, Caleb Williams went number 1 overall. Jaden Daniels went number 2 to the Commanders. Drake May went number 3 to the Patriots. Number 4 was
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marvin Harrison Jr. to the Cardinals. 5 was Joe Alt, right, to the Chargers. Yep. 6 was who?
Malik Neighbors.
Malik Neighbors to the Giants. 7
was J.C. Latham.
J.C. Latham to the Titans.
Yep.
8 was Michael Penix to the Falcons.
When the madness started, yeah.
Number 9 was the Vikings trading up, right?
No, 9 was Romo Dunze to the Bears. 10 was the
Dunze.
Vikings. Yeah, Vikings traded up to take JJ. Jets took Fashanu at 11 and 12. The Broncos just took
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix. That
50% of the picks so far have been quarterbacks, and we're on pick 12.
Yep.
That is nuts. That is nuts. Oh man, what a draft!
Michael Pratt going the first round.
Michael Pratt to the Raiders just because they have to
just throw the whole draft away.
It looks like the Aiden O'Connell show again out there in Vegas.
Now, let me look up the quarterbacks rankings in this draft. There's got to be,
man. This is
wild.
This is really interesting, to say the least.
I'm trying to see who's left because the Raiders are in trouble right now.
With the quarterbacks,
I mean, you can't. Yeah, there's no first round.
It's only like Michael Pratt, Spencer Rattler.
Yeah. So you're looking at late day 2, day 3 picks now at this point for quarterbacks. Like they're
Milton.
all yeah, Joe Milton.
Jordan Travis later, I guess, but
it's not. If you didn't get a quarterback in this draft, you are done.
Oh my gosh!
If you needed one and didn't get one, you are done. Because
here comes the Raiders pick. Let's see what they got.
Michael Pratt is barely better than Aiden O'Connell, if he's even better than.
I mean, Michael Pratt is like you pick him and maybe Brock Bowers to the Raiders. There you go. Aiden O'Connell's got a big old target. I like it. Good for
That's
Brock.
a typical Raiders pick. Everybody getting quarterbacks and you draft the tight end.
There's no quarterbacks left. So
I know, but it's just the odds, like dang.
Yeah.
The Raiders are gonna get Spencer Rattler in a second, I bet you.
Yeah, honestly, Spencer Rattler or Joe Milton would be like Al Davis type of quarterbacks. That's exactly the kind of guy he's dead, of course, but like Mark, if they're trying to honor the spirit, they would take somebody who just throws it a mile, like Rattler or Joe Milton. So you never know.
Man, if you needed some defense, like the Eagles are probably doing some backflips right now.
So many
they needed some defensive picks, and they are all falling to them.
All the defensive picks are going to be available when they get there. So who is the first defensive player off the board? It's got to be Quignon, man. I can't imagine he's got to go in the next couple of picks.
I was going to say the Raiders have a tight end, but they traded Waller already last year.
Yeah, Waller's to the Giants now. Yeah.
Yep. The Saints are on the clock. There's no doubt in my mind that
they're going left tackle. Yeah, they're taking a left tackle here.
Or they could be the first team to go defense.
They could. They have a defensive head coach.
I don't know, by the way. I don't know the pick. I'm just
okay. Yeah, they could have a defensive head coach, or they do have a defensive head coach, but they just don't have a lot on that offensive line to protect Derek Carr.
What do the Commanders need to do to help Jaden Daniels after we address the offensive line? What else do we need to do for him?
Oh, receiver for sure.
Teach him to slide.
Oh yeah, that too. But definitely need a third receiver.
Get to it now. Get you a tight end.
Definitely need a tight end.
Get me my guy. Yeah, get my guy. JT Sanders, Jatavian Sanders in the second round. Cade Stover, day 3, late third round.
So my thing with the tight ends are, if you get one, do you really pick it like before the third round? Like, are there any tight ends left before the third round that we could pick?
I like Jatavian Sanders. He's probably a round 2 pick, maybe early round 3. But after that, yeah, I think Cade Stover's probably end of the third round, early fourth round. Like Eric All from Iowa, he's coming off an injury, so he's going to be. He's going to be around probably round 5 or 6. I would love him. I would love Eric All.
I think the tight end room was used so badly last season that we don't know how good they actually may be. Because I feel like a tight end room of Ertz, Bates, hopefully healthy Rodgers was Armani Rodgers, Cole Turner. I still think there's some untapped potential there. He just needs to they just need to get coached up. I feel like those 4 tight ends aren't the worst tight ends in the world where you have to be desperate to overdraft one in the third round or the fourth round or whatever. Like, there's more pieces you need in DC, like a cornerback, linebacker. I wouldn't put tight end over those 3 positions: wide receiver, tight end. I'm sorry, wide receiver, cornerback, and linebacker.
Well, tight end
4th in that.
Yeah, but again,
actually, I think 5th. We need an edge rusher.
You need an edge rusher probably before you need a wide receiver.
Honestly,
yeah. I mean, edge rushers.
With the way the draft may break out, we might be able to get a premium pass rusher with that 36 pick.
Yeah, the way things are shaking out, like Chop might be around because there's a lot of offensive.
Chop's
going to be a lot of offense. I mean, it's all offense through 13 picks. And this is crazy. I don't know that they're going to be able to get a left tackle, even if they trade up at this point, because I mean, unless they're trading up with like the Colts right here.
The Colts are at 15.
Yeah, that would be the trade partner, maybe Jacksonville. But Jacksonville probably needs an offensive lineman too.
The Saints picking, right?
Yeah, the Saints are up. Yeah, Saints are up right now.
Chances to move up, man.
Yeah, there's just the Steelers at 20, probably going to go interior offensive line if they go offensive line. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They're going to have to start acting fast if they want to trade up for a tackle. Otherwise, they're going to be stuck picking, like a Jordan Morgan. He may be around, with that first pick. People are kind of projecting him more as a guard now because he's got little stubby arms, I guess, 32-inch arms instead of 33, which is ideal for a tackle. So I don't know if that, I've liked him because I think he's super athletic. He's got a lot of upside, but with the short arms, you've seen tackles with short arms don't really generally do that well. They're usually going to get kicked inside.
Yep.
So yeah, it'll be interesting.
Shout out to the Vikings for real, man, for being able to get McCarthy without giving up that 23rd pick.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how you draft, folks. That is how you draft.
It's a great job.
Magic Johnson still tweeting. He says, selecting a winner like Jaden Daniels will energize the players and our fan base. He's right about that, by the way. Shout out to Magic Johnson.
Just don't tell Etsy Dan that.
Can I spoil this pick?
Yeah, go ahead.
No.
Oh,
Why
sorry.
not? We all know what
Thanks.
they were going to do.
Left tackle.
Yeah. That's enough. Don't tell
Is
Ellie.
it Guyton?
Nope.
Not Guyton. Okay. So it's going to be Fuaga? Fachanu? Fuaga. Okay.
There's another tackle from Washington that's been rising the last couple of weeks.
Rosengarten. Yeah, the right tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rosengarten.
I heard his name come up a couple of times. I don't know anything about the dude, but that could be a target for Washington in round 2, I guess, or back to round 3. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Wiley out there at right tackle, and I think he's shown himself to be somewhat replaceable.
Greg Hoffman says Jaden Daniels' work ethic became legendary at LSU. That's a necessity for an NFL QB. Teammates love him. Was coached hard. As Quentin Peters built a people-first organization, he's an A-plus face for it. Shout out to Craig Hoffman.
Okay.
Craig Hoffman is my GOAT, one of my GOATs for real. Like, that dude can talk some sports.
And Hoffman was he was a JJ guy or a Drake May guy for the longest time. I think up until like maybe even this week, he started kind of wavering on that a little bit. But he was a Drake May guy. Him and Logan Paulson were both.
Yep.
I know Paulson started falling hard for McCarthy like the last 2 weeks. He was like, "Yeah, I'll take him," and I was like, "Steve, you done talked yourself into taking McCarthy. You when you do that, you were in too deep. You were in too deep." But I'm excited, and like I said, I haven't watched any highlights or film of any players, so I'm excited to dive back into Jaden Daniels' tape. Like, I really like the way he plays the position. The mobility is always going to be a plus, but like I think E said it earlier, or maybe it was Ellie, I don't remember. He's a pocket passer.
Yep.
Like, he can really beat you from the pocket. He doesn't have to beat you with his legs. He can, but he prefers to beat you from the pocket. And I like the way I wish I could remember which reporter said it first, because a lot of people has been repeating it. But him going to LSU and playing with Neighbors and Thomas made him a better passer just as much as it made Neighbors and Thomas a better receiver.
Right.
That's what a lot of people have been saying about Jaden Daniels at LSU. You heard Ellie just talk about the work ethic. I really think we really might got one, but we have the foundation in place in the front office. I know I said that already, and I'm gonna keep repeating it until they prove me wrong. Like, that's the key to all this. But the second key, God rest his soul, Dwayne Haskins, when we drafted him, you could just sense that he wasn't all in when it came to football. The same with RG3, even though he was probably more in than Haskins, there was a sense of off the field issues. Well, not issues, but off the field things that RG3 kind of maybe paid more attention to than he should have. Hopefully with Daniels, it's football first. You can get your endorsements after you establish yourself as a football player, as an NFL player. And I feel like, again, I'll end it with how I began it. The front office is going to help him do that. The organization is going to help him do that. You have an owner that owns an NBA team. So he knows how to develop a superstar. But I'm pretty sure he will tell you that the best way to start him is to be a productive player.
Right.
Yeah, the thing about Robert, looking back in retrospect, is he was that, like, allegedly that magnetic personality, but it was just kind of phony. There was just an air of phoniness about it. And he wasn't really, he was definitely like a me first kind of player. We didn't see it at the time, but like I think probably people close to him did, where that doesn't seem to be. Of course, 10 years from now, we may be having the same conversation. Doesn't seem to be the same thing with Jaden. So he definitely seems to like have the like teammates, he draws teammates to him. People want to be around him. I think that's a good sign. I'm going to push back on one thing because I'm nitpicky, and it's the thing that's bothered me about Jayden all the time is the mobility aspect. There's difference between a mobile quarterback and a running quarterback, and right now I see Jayden as a running quarterback because there's just haven't been enough examples of him extending plays with his legs other than running. That's a huge concern that I have with him. We have to, and it could be unfounded because I haven't seen anybody else seem to have that problem. It might just only be me that sees that or thinks he sees it. So who knows? But that's a big concern for me is can he not only escape the pocket, but when he does, look to make plays in the passing game instead of running, because you might pick up 20 yards on a run, but you might give up a 40-yard pass. That's a concern. So until I see it, I'm going to be a little iffy on it. But again, this is the pick they made, so they know more than I do. So I'm gonna shut up and watch the games.
No, I agree with you because there's a difference between the way he plays from the pocket and the way Caleb Williams plays from the pocket. There's a word, manipulate. I think, based on what Eve was just saying, I think he thinks that Daniels can't manipulate the pocket as well as Caleb Williams can. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, Eve, but I see what you're saying, and I agree.
He's very good on schedule, but when things break down, can you maintain that poise and look to throw? Because the play's not dead just because the pocket breaks down. And that's something he's got to learn as a quarterback. And again, maybe he already knows it because, again, I don't see anybody else complaining about this or taking note. I just see, what I see is him when the pocket breaks down, he just takes off running. Could have been what they told him to do at LSU. They told him, just look, you've got the speed, just go do it. So we'll see, how that happens. And then again, for the love of God, please slide. Just don't take those hits, man, because you're not going to last in the NFL taking hits like that.
I think
I said it last week, a couple weeks ago. Anthony Richardson's like 35 pounds heavier, and he lasted 5 games playing like that.
I think the worst decision I ever seen a quarterback make scrambling the ball was when he played Florida State, and he hurdled in the middle of not even the middle of the field, but the middle of the
line of scrimmage.
What's the hash marks? What are they called? The
hash marks.
I guess.
Yeah.
But he jumped like in the action, basically hurdled over somebody, and he really paid the price for it. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what hit I'm talking about.
Yeah, he looked like one of those balloon things at the car dealership where he was like, it was bad. Yeah, he took a couple.
None of that. Don't ever do that again. Even if the game's on the line, like we just lose.
There's a cool story out there that Ian Rappaport put out there. He said, Brandon Ayuk did Jayden Daniels a favor in 2022 and asked Adam Peters about his draft value. Adam Peters said that he's probably a 5th-round pick and should go back to school. Jayden went back to school. He listened to Adam Peters. And then Adam Peters ended up drafting number 2 overall, man. How cool of a story is that from 2 years ago? And it turned around and Peters did him a favor, answered that pick, answered that question for him, and now he's here. That is awesome, man.
We have our first defensive player off the board.
It's got to be Quinyon.
Yeah.
Well, they could go edge here too, but I think Quinyon Mitchell's the best defensive player on the board.
Yeah, real quick. The Falcons called Kirk Cousins when they were on the clock to let him know they were taking Penix. From what Diana Rossini learned, Cousins understood a QB would be considered, but he did not believe his successor would be taken in the first round. I'm told he's a bit stunned. That's from Diana Rossini.
Yeah.
Oh, mercy.
Yeah, I was about to say something about that.
You know what could happen? I know exactly. The Raiders are going to trade for Kirk Cousins. What do you think?
No.
They might.
It's not. It's really not.
No.
Like I said, it's just he just signed for 2 years. It's crazy that they have 2
Cousins is also coming off an injury too. Yeah, he's also coming off that Achilles. Yeah,
but having a quarterback with Achilles and then another quarterback with 2 knee injuries, I don't know. They must have some special water now in Atlanta. But nevertheless, it really isn't it's shocking that they took him, but I really like Penix, and it's just 2 years. Like Kirk only could be there for 2 years. They probably learned their lesson with Ritter. Like, you can't throw a quarterback to the fire if you really feel like he's not ready, but you think he could be ready.
Oh, they took Latu. Okay.
Yeah. So
Latu to the Colts.
They took a lot.
Yeah, they took Latu to the Colts.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the edge rusher, not the other tackle. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
No. You're thinking about the tackle from Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, not Washington Hill.
Fuaga. No, Fuaga from Washington. He's the other tackle. He's probably going to go in the first round. Fatanu from Oregon went. Oregon State for Oregon. Yeah, Fatanu, Fuaga. Yeah. So, yeah, they went. Latu is an interesting pick because he had to actually medically retire like 2 years ago from football. He didn't think he was ever going to play again. And he ended up getting a second opinion and coming back. But he's had like some serious neck problems. So we'll see how this goes.
Man. Seattle, Jacksonville, Cincinnati, and the Rams. Lyman.
Oh, my gosh. My nightmare came through, though, because, dude, Quinyon Mitchell's going to Seattle now. He's got to be. And look at that secondary that they have.
That would be crazy.
That secondary they're going to have is insane.
With Mike McDonald coaching, too. Man.
Yeah, Legion of Boom's coming back, man. That's going to be wild.
That would be crazy.
Again, thank you for everybody joining our stream for the draft. This is the Commanders Declassified podcast. You guys check us out on YouTube as well, audio platforms. We are everywhere, as they say in the DMV. So shout out to all you guys watching us. We appreciate the support. Man, I hope you guys are happy with what's going on in the draft. This is an amazing time for the Commanders fans. Again, we got a franchise quarterback who we believe will turn to a franchise quarterback. Only time will tell, but we got a definitive starter. We can start there, right? We have a definitive starter at the quarterback position right now. There's more work to do in the draft. We're trying to see if Adam Peters makes a move to get a lineman. But at this point, we ain't got but a couple more picks before all the linemen are gone. So I don't know yet, but let's keep watching, guys. What do you think about Latu from UCLA? Is he a good player? You think he's going to be special?
Yes, he's a very good player. It's just the medicals that are a concern on him.
Yeah.
Again, having to medically retire from football a couple of years ago and then coming back after a second opinion. But as far as like talent wise, yeah, he's got moves. Let's put it that way. He's got pretty much every move in the book as a pass rusher. It's just a little scary taking somebody who's had that serious of a neck injury in the past.
Yeah.
But go for it. Go Indy.
I bet they would have taken Bowers if he was still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another weapon.
Yeah.
For the young quarterback.
That would have been tough. Yeah, tough. That's interesting.
Uh-oh, here we go. You got the pick?
I don't see
Who
the
on
pick.
the clock now?
Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to KWS, too. They said Jonathan Allen had a medical issue coming out. You right.
That is true.
That's true.
They said he had the shoulders that caused him. He was like projected as a top 5 pick. Dropped all the way to 17, I think it was.
I was listening to Jay Gruden on Kevin Sheenan's podcast, and he mentioned how that was a pick that he was fighting for, but he actually said that Daron Payne was his favorite pick that he helped like convince them to take, because they were going to take Vita Vea, but he went like the right before Payne pick.
Yeah.
So he was happy to get Payne.
Wow.
Yeah, you would think like Gruden. I feel bad for him, man. Like I really like him as a coach. It's just he was in the wrong organization. Like he couldn't have been in a worse organization for him.
You can say that for anybody that's been here. Gruden's thing is
him. He definitely, you could tell he cared about stuff off the field just as much as he did football. Like he was a party guy for sure. Like even in his old age, you could tell he wanted to party. Like matter of fact, he was in Cabo playing golf and he was sick, but he still was going to play a round of golf. He said that during the interview with Kevin Sheehan. So, like, the man, he has his fun, but he knows his ball, too, and I'll give him that. I just wish he had a better defense when he was here.
His thing is, man, he was too committed to his scheme, and he put his scheme above the talent. He said he just wanted a guy, and I always feel like with him is he was like this marginal, like borderline, almost not quite good enough NFL to make it to the NFL player, and he just kind of gravitated toward those guys. So that's why he was so big on guys like Rob Kelly and just dudes who
Ryan Grant.
Yeah, right. Like guys who were just like borderline, very low end NFL, but he would just put all.
But they produce though. That's what's crazy.
I mean, Rob Kelly just got back to the line of scrimmage after getting hit in the backfield. Like that was the limit of his production. Like his career long is like 6 yards.
Yeah, like Fat
they
Rob
produced. Imagine if you had better talent there, what they would have done in that offense. I mean,
but that's what I'm saying. It was for me. It was the defense. Like he even admitted, like they could not find a linebacker during his tenure, and I feel like that's like the theme of Gruden because the offense was legit.
Well, he hired Joe Barry. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember this, but the coordinators that were available when he had the opportunity to hire, it was like Vic Fangio and Bruce Coslett. And Wade Phillips were all like, and Wade Phillips like wanted the job, but Gruden wouldn't hire him because of because he was, insecure about his job, which as well he should have been. But yeah, it was his fault the defense was so bad because he hired a substandard defensive coordinator who is still proving himself to be a bad defensive coordinator to this day and keeps getting jobs somehow.
I couldn't believe when he got the Packers job.
Yeah, he just got fired from there too.
And kept it for years too. That's crazy.
He's apparently got a magnetic personality that people just love. They want to work with him, but man,
that man was trash.
A bad defensive coordinator.
I
just remember like all the late substitutions and late calls and just so disorganized.
What was the other defensive coordinator we had around that time?
Hazlitt.
I'll take Manusky over Burry any day of the week. That's how bad Burry is, man.
Manusky was like a quality control assistant in college after he got fired by Washington. Like he couldn't get any job at all. He was like the lowest rung college coach. But Commanders legend, Redskins legend. So
that's right. Shout out to
special teams.
Man. So has anybody slid down the draft board that people thought were going to be drafted already? I think most folks have gone that people have.
Well, Dallas Turner, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, that's the.
Because they've gone all offense. Right? So any of those so any of the offensive guys or defensive guys, Quinyon Mitchell, I thought might have gone earlier. I thought he was a realistic pick for the Falcons before they lost their minds.
It took Michael.
It's hard to say. Man. I don't know.
The more I think about it, the more I like it. But man, if I was a Falcons fan, that would be tough to swallow, man.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like I could look at it objectively because I'm not I have no emotion ties to it. But with all you could have it's so many. Adunze would have been a better pick. Fashanu, Bowers, you could have a Bowers Pitts dual tight end.
Right, you'd have
Bijan,
an edge rusher who's under 40 would have been a good pick.
It really is crazy that they went that route. Like that's really one of those. Okay.
Seahawks pick again.
I saw who they picked. Sorry, Eric.
Come on.
That's okay. I don't have the social medias.
I'm just saying that because it wasn't Quinyon.
Wasn't Mitchell? Yeah. I mean, that's wild.
It probably
I guess been, Dallas Turner then? Would it be Dallas Turner?
Nah.
No. Here we go. Goodell's coming out. Don't worry.
Defensive tackle. It's the defensive tackle from Alabama. They taking that guy?
No.
Oh man.
Oh, Fuaga got drafted already, huh?
Yeah, Fatanu's left.
But we are having back-to-back defensive picks after the first 14 were all offense.
Yeah, you figured it balanced out a little bit, but man,
If you guys both know it, feel free to spoil it. I don't care.
I don't know, and I don't want to be spoiled.
Nah,
you don't
I
want
know
to.
LE don't like the spoil, so I'm gonna
Just
chill.
don't like to spoil it.
Jacksonville's on the clock next too. By the way, I think they got to go. What
They're
receiver
probably
is
going
left? Brian Thomas Jr. Is that
No,
it?
they have Christian Kirk.
No. I mean, who was
Yeah.
left on the board though?
Oh yeah. Brian
Yeah,
Thomas.
Brian
would be the
Thomas
last first
Jr.
rounder. And then you get into the guys who really should be second rounders, like Leggett and Adonai Mitchell, and
I really feel like
man,
Thomas
Florida
Jr.
State.
going to the Bengals.
Yeah, that'd be a good pick for them.
And if that happens, I would be 4 out of 5 for my picks.
All right, Seattle takes Byron Murphy, the second defensive tackle. Interesting. Okay, nothing wrong with that pick. I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Especially in the division with the 49ers. You know, they
That-
gotta try to run them back.
That's the guy that the Rams wanted. That's the one that the Rams.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're mad.
Look at my guy with his, what was that Gucci shirt on? Who is he?
The Jaguars could go OT right here.
Yep, they could take a tackle.
They could also go wide receiver. They can go interior line. They could go a lot of different positions.
They just drafted an edge in the top 5 within the last 2 years, I think. So that's
Trayvon
how we
Walker.
know.
Yep. I
Yeah,
think he was 1 overall, wasn't he? 1 or 2?
He was
yeah.
number one. Yeah, he was number one.
But Turner right here, like it wouldn't. You know, they got to face Stroud twice a year. Got to face Anthony Richardson twice a year. Will Levis might be something. You can put some pressure on him with 2 edge tackles. Oh, the Vikings traded. The Vikings traded up. Yeah.
Vikings just moved up. Okay.
What?
I wonder if they're going after Brian Thomas and maybe trade Jefferson.
They just got
Okay.
Jordan Addison last year, though.
Yeah, but there
That
again,
is true.
Jefferson is a very expensive upcoming pick. Maybe Jacksonville wants him as a target for Trevor Lawrence.
I want to see what else the Jaguars got.
I don't know if I love what the Vikings are doing. I mean, they got JJ McCarthy. I take that back. But trading back up,
The pick is in. I don't know who it is, but the pick is in.
nah, it's going to be a lineman. That's who it is. Let's see.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Who's left? Not Fashanu.
Yeah, Fatanu,
Fatanu.
Troy Fatanu.
I'm gonna remember it one day.
Yeah, the dude from Oklahoma, Tyler Guyton is up
Yeah,
there.
Clayton. Josh Morgan. Not Josh Morgan. Jordan Morgan.
Jordan Morgan. I'd be shocked if he went this high.
Hey, after what Atlanta did, everything is on the table tonight.
Yeah,
So to
Minnesota
recap-
probably traded up for another quarterback.
Spencer Rattler. What the
Rattler.
No, don't do that. The Vikings traded up to get JJ McCarthy. They have since traded back up and are now on the clock. The pick is in. The Vikings are being extremely aggressive tonight.
Quinyon. Make it Quinyon. That's my
Oh,
guy. I
that'd
want
be
him to get
cool.
drafted. Yeah, be a good pick. He'd be a good pick for anybody.
So the trade is the Vikings got number 17 and their pick, who I won't spoil for LE. The Jaguars got the number 23 pick, the number 167
Brian
pick,
Thomas.
and next year, third and fourth from the Vikings. So the Jaguars got 4 picks for 1. Excellent trade on their part.
What they get? Brian Thomas?
So Brian Thomas. Is that not Thomas?
Like, y'all can't see who that is?
Dallas Turner. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they took
That's
an
a good
edge.
pick.
So
They
I'm sorry.
walked
What
out
are you,
I will bet so much money that the Bengals are taking Thomas here.
You think so?
They have to. Higgins just requested the trade. They need another. They're going to need another receiver.
yeah, the LSU connection will be strong.
Dang, Ali, I was just speaking facts. Dang.
I know, right? He's got bedtime, man. 7 o'clock.
Nah, I'm sure. But yeah, it's been a cool night. Thanks for everybody that stayed on. I know y'all had a whole bunch of options to watch: ESPN, ABC, NBC, Fox, NFL Network. But y'all here with us, and I personally appreciate it.
Yeah, same here.
I do too.
Hey, you got a Cowboys hat on, or is that
This
just
is a Bigfoot hat. This is the I
oh.
believe in Bigfoot hat. It was a gift. It was a gift. Not saying I do or I don't. Just saying it was a gift, and I like the hat. It's a cool, good, stylish hat.
Nice. I like it. I like it.
I don't want to be the only one with lid game, so I thought I'd rock the Harper's
New
Ferry,
hats
West
coming
Virginia.
soon.
Yeah, apparently
New-
a big thing in Harper's Ferry, West Virginia, because that's where the hat came from. I don't know.
New Commanders hats coming soon.
Okay, does it have Bigfoot on it? That'd be cool. Bigfoot with a W on his chest.
We might as well use Bigfoot as our mascot. Well,
Oh, we want to.
I forgot. I forgot about Teddy.
Yeah.
I actually
man,
don't
he's,
mind that bad.
If we really hate the Commanders, man, Washington Sasquatch. That's a good solid name.
Sasquatch.
Yes.
I like the Dallas Turner pick, man. He was my favorite edge rusher in this draft. So Minnesota made out pretty well there. I think
What did they get in
every-
return? What
Oh,
did they?
what they
What
give
did
The
up?
number 23rd pick, the number 167th pick,
Okay.
and the 2025th, 3rd, and 4th round pick.
All right.
That actually
I
kinda-
love that trade for Jacksonville.
Yeah, I was gonna say that feels like a little bit much, but okay.
It had to be a war going on if they gave up that much. Because they gave up more to go 6 spots, way more than they did to go back into the top 10. I know they were the 11th pick, but still, like, they
Yeah, that
gave up a 4th and 5th.
it's interesting with a rookie quarterback. It's a little sketchy, but Minnesota is a pretty talented team overall. I mean, the Cousins injury last year really set them back, but they were probably on track for playoffs again before Cousins went down last year. So if they think that highly of McCarthy and if he's ready to go, or if they think that highly of Sam Darnold, maybe they're back there.
The Bengals did not get Brian
They didn't
Thomas.
pick Brian Thomas.
Who they take? Go ahead and spoil it, man.
Yeah, you can spoil it. It's getting late.
They got Mims.
Amarius
Who?
Mims. I forgot all about
yeah.
Amarius Mims. Yeah, another tackle.
Wow.
You got to protect Joe Burrow, protect the franchise.
Yeah,
that
now
makes
we're
We're not
We're
trading
getting
up. On the line,
You know who's mad though? Howie Roseman's mad though.
Yeah.
He's a Georgia guy.
getting.
Howie Roseman's
You got
Howie
a Georgia
Roseman's hot.
guy.
Yeah. He's gonna have
So
to
we
take
were connected.
Amari Lassiter now.
We were connected to Mims last couple of days as a potential trade up target. I think that puts a nail in the coffin of trading up, man. I don't know.
Well, Guyton is still there, and Futano is still there. So there's still, some targets.
Man, seeing what Minnesota gave up to go 6 spots, though,
Yeah,
I don't
that
know
is
if
true.
I want to give up
Yeah.
that much.
A lot. That's a lot.
That
man.
is a lot. That's 4 picks for one. And next year is premium picks, too. That's a 3rd and a 4th round. My goodness.
That's heavy, man.
I don't think I wouldn't do that if I was Washington. And I feel like they're smart enough to not fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
Good reference. I like it.
I don't know where it came from.
Beverly Hills Cop, man. Oh, yeah, Beverly Hills Cop.
No, I meant like in that situation.
Oh,
It
okay.
just
No, I was
came
gonna
to
say-
me, like,
I get the reference. Okay.
You guys think that Bob Myers and all those other folks they brought in are going to stick around now that the draft is over? Do you think those guys are just here to help find a head coach? And
I mean, I think they'll have, they're confidants of Josh Harris. So, I mean, those guys, like, I haven't heard a peep out of Rick Spielman since the coaching search. Like, he's been doing like mock draft stuff and hasn't said a word about Commanders. Bob Myers, I think, is just a trusted advisor. I don't know that he's ever going to have like a serious role with the team, but I think he'll always have Harris's ear for sure.
yeah, I don't think Spillman is like close with the team as much as Bob Myers is. I think Bob Myers is going to be around like for a minute. Even if he does go back to the NBA, I still think he'll be an advisor. Just, hey, I'm looking at these numbers, Bob. What do you think about this, and
Right.
that? Like those
Gotta
type
meet
of
him with Bob.
emails and
Yeah.
calls. But Spillman, I think he's done. I don't think he's connected with us anymore based on what I've seen and heard in the media. Not personally. I'm not connected like y'all are.
I'm going to recap the picks real quick before we announce that. So Caleb Williams, one overall to the Bears. Jaden Daniels, 2 overall to the Commanders. Drake May, number 3 overall to the Patriots. Marvin Harrison Jr., number 4 to the Cardinals. Joe Alt, the tackle out of Notre Dame, went number 5 overall to the Chargers. Malik Neighbors, number 6, went to the Giants. It's a great get for them. J.C. Latham, the offensive tackle out of Alabama, went to the Titans at number 7. Michael Penix Jr., the surprise pick of the first round, went 8 overall to the Falcons. Rome Odunze, wide receiver from Washington, went number 9 to the Bears. J.J. McCarthy went to the Vikings at 10 via trade. Olu Fashanu went to Penn State, the offensive tackle. He's now with the Jets. Bo Nix, quarterback out of Oregon and Auburn, went number 12 to the Broncos. Brock Bowers, the tight end from Georgia, went number 13 to the Raiders. Fagua, offensive tackle out of Oregon State, went to the Saints. I say that right? Number 14 overall. Latu, edge rusher, UCLA, number 15 to the Colts. And Byron Murphy, the second defensive tackle from Texas, with number 16 to the Seahawks. Dallas Turner, the edge rusher from Alabama, with number 17 to the Vikings. They traded up again. And now we wait for the Bengals. I think you already announced it. Who's the pick for the Bengals at number 18?
Amarius Mims.
Amarius Mims.
There you go.
Tackle from Georgia, the Bulldogs.
Georgia. All right. Wow. Kirk Cousins is steaming in Arizona, evidently. So that's going to be a fun series of weeks.
I love it.
He just moved his kids
Atlanta.
down.
I said Arizona.
But that's Arizona. I'm sorry. I'm in Atlanta.
He might move to Arizona now.
He left already. He's
really you want to go to Arizona?
I'm going to Arizona. Forget Kyler Murray.
And now Kyler Murray's mad. Yeah. Kirk's in Arizona.
Oh, man. Jaden Daniels looks as happy as ever that he got drafted by the Commanders. They got a video of Terry Fontenot talking with the team owner, Arthur Blank, after the Penix selection. That is hilarious. He's explaining himself after that pick.
Nice.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, Arthur Blank does not look happy. Holy cow. They got a situation. I wish I could show you this video. Let me see if you can put it up here. It's not going to work. Look, he's explaining
himself. You're going to have to send it in the chat group. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, somebody posted a meme. Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix Jr. next year. And it's a screen grab from Any Given Sunday with Dennis Quaid standing next to Jamie Foxx.
Yep.
That's an old reference, but some of y'all got it.
Let me give you an Adam Peters quote. Adam Peters talking to Pat McAfee. He said it was a long process, but we knew that it was going to be Jaden Daniels for a very long time. Told you guys, they love this guy. They love this guy. Man. They knew it. They knew it. Chris Russell says that Adam Schefter said that the 2 quarterback finalists were Jaden Daniels and J.J. McCarthy. Drake May was not a finalist or never an option for the Commanders, which is very interesting because you talked about the talent earlier. That's kind of wild, man.
Is it though? Because, I mean, we heard Dan Quinn say that Daniels was, what's the word, explosive.
Yeah.
We know that he, quarterbacks that are hard to pair against. And I just feel like they just didn't think Drake May was ready and was going to be ready quick enough.
Right.
And I think that may be what it fell down to, that Daniels and McCarthy were just simply more advanced in their situation. And that, I mean, in the business world or the corporate world or whatever, when you're hiring folks, you want somebody that can do the job that you're hiring for.
Right.
You don't want to have to teach them too much. You just want to teach them your way the position should be run, but they should have the skills already to do the job. And I'm just assuming that's where Washington was in their process based on what's been reported. Daniels and McCarthy, they were ready for the war and may just need some seasoning. And he might have fell into the great position in New England, being able to sit behind Brissett for a year or two, and he, might grow and start cooking. Could be the next Brady. You never know.
Yep, you're right. Benjamin Albright says it was always Jaden. So, man,
this is just where everybody starts patting themselves on the back because they guessed right.
You're right.
Let's be honest. Yeah.
Let me say this though, man. You remember when we got RG3, the organization was split, the Kirk Cousins drafted in the 4th round, all this other stuff. You knew the organization was split when they got Haskins, as you mentioned earlier, Mike. There is a universally loved quarterback by this organization, top to bottom. There's no controversy. There's no quarterback controversy. There's no, old guy. Like if Howell was here, Howell, I mean, look, shout out to all those guys that played here before. But this is the stage that Jaden Daniels gets to come on. It's his show for now. No conflicts, no controversy. Just go ball out, right? Go get better every year. Nobody's going to be
draft Michael Pratt in the 5th round, and
then or Joe Milton, please.
Yep.
He's got the tools, but nobody's going to be calling for Mariota if Jaden Daniels has one down game. Like that's what I love about what Peters did, which I think some of the others, his predecessors failed to do. They didn't establish a culture for a good quarterback experience and for a quarterback to grow. But shout out to our current administration here in Washington. I think they're on point right now.
Oh, Peters.
That's right.
All right, the Rams pick is in.
It's got to be defense.
And Mike hasn't spoiled it yet. I think they're going defensive tackle from Alabama here. That's my guess.
Big doubt.
Or Quinyon, because he's still out there.
I say nothing.
Man, what if Quinyon's there at 36?
Ooh, you got to take.
I'm taking that.
You got to take.
I mean, unless there's
If he's there when Philly pick, they're not passing up on the best cornerback in the draft when they need cornerback, though.
Yeah, but he didn't go to Georgia. He didn't go to Georgia.
He did go to Georgia. Where's Toledo? Toledo's in Ohio, right? So dang, it's not even in the South. So
not even in the South. They're taking Lassiter.
Man,
because Howie's a genius, so he has to take somebody from. He might take somebody from Michigan because they won the national championship.
The Natty.
Yeah.
Man, the pick is in, Rams. What do you guys think about Louis Riddick? Do you think he ever become a GM, or do you think he's a TV guy?
Nah,
I think he's a TV guy.
Him or Lasky. Matter of fact, everybody at ESPN should just stay on TV. Del Rio was the last person I think that tried to make that jump. It's not happening. Like when you get to ESPN, stay at ESPN.
Yeah, just
look at Parcells, I guess.
Look at Mike Mayock and how he worked out.
That's true, but what about John Lynch? Ooh,
Jared Verse. Okay, they went edge. Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
I forgot about Verse, man. He's out of Florida State, right?
Yeah.
Jared Verse out of Florida State. Okay.
So
no complaints.
The Steelers might be I think they're getting Quenya Mitchell now that I think about it. I don't think they're going to draft DeJohn over Mitchell. But again, with the Penix ordeal, anything's happening tonight. But I really think, unless they go offensive tackle,
I think they're going Powers Johnson, Jackson Powers Johnson. That's who. Yeah, that's who I got for him.
What position he played? We just talked
Center.
about him.
He's an interior line. He's a center from.
Oh
Oregon.
yeah. I remember now.
Or Fuaga.
That's it. That
Or
sounded
Patani,
like
rather.
an offensive lineman. Jackson Powers Johnson.
Yeah. I can see the Steelers going interior offensive line here. Unless Washington trades up and takes a tackle.
I can see the Steelers going edge rusher too, believe it or not. But I think you're right. It's probably interior. Or no, they're good on receiver. Who's the receivers right now? They got rid of Deontay Johnson, right?
Pittsburgh's receivers.
They traded him, I believe.
Yeah, they have Pickens.
6 minutes on the clock for them. I like this Jared Verse pick, man. He was somebody I think I mocked to us in a later round, but that was a dumb thing because he was going first round all the time. I don't know, man. Commanders fans. It's going to be an exciting season next year. Man, I can't wait till mini camps, training camps, all that stuff, man. We got a guy. So
yep, we got a quarterback, and there's more players coming. So let's see.
Yeah,
let's see what it looks
tomorrow
like. Trade.
For me, that's when the real fun starts. Got 2 picks in the first 10 picks tomorrow. Yeah, that's when. Well, actually, the first 7 or 5 picks, I think. So yeah,
how we get those picks, Mike?
Well, we earned one of them. The other pick came from the trade for Montez Sweat, and I did like when we made that pick. We made that trade. I always figured that the pick would be to replace Montez Sweat. Yeah. So if we do draft the edge with that 40th pick, wouldn't surprise me at all. Nope. If we went OTDE tomorrow night, or if we get the offensive tackle or a offensive tackle we want, and Chop Robinson's gone. What's the other DE from Penn State? Adisa Isaac. Yeah, if he's gone, if the edge from Western Michigan is gone, then I would just trade the 40th pick, honestly, and get more picks. Like, everybody loves pointing out that Washington has a bunch of holes, so get more picks and fill the holes.
Yeah, I can't hate on that at all, man. I think that's like, yeah. But I don't want to go like with filling with a bunch of 5th round picks, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need 3rd, back, get a couple picks next year too. But I don't want to go like 5th, 6th, 7th round guys. I think we did that for too long. Even though I think Peters can find gems that late because that's kind of been what he specializes in. I need high quality 3rd round guys, 2nd round guys, whatever it is, and let's make it happen. So.
Steelers still on the clock.
Breaking news. Kirk Cousins camp is furious about the Michael Penix pick. I love it, man. Dysfunction somewhere else besides DC. Yeah.
Some will call it karma.
Right. Exactly. Oh, man.
Really, that's some really crazy stuff right there. To go 12 years apart in drafts, you get picked in the first round. I mean, you get picked for a team that picked a quarterback in the first round. 12 years later, another team gives you a lot of money only to pick a quarterback in the top 10.
Gotta hurt, man.
That's crazy.
I mean, the money never hurts, but sheesh.
But cooler heads will prevail, and our worst nightmare just came true.
Diana Rossini said Kirk Cousins was the most expensive smokescreen ever.
So, yeah, we're not trading up tonight. I'm convinced now.
Yeah, it ain't looking good. Who the Steelers take? Are they still on the clock?
Nah, they picked Fatanu.
Oh, it's a wrap. Yeah, and I think there, We're gonna end, the live stream is gonna end now because I think that's it for us trading up. Guys, thank you so much for hanging with us. We tried to stay on as long as we could to see if they were going to trade up. Remember, if you're here now, go ahead and favorite the podcast, subscribe to it on YouTube, all your audio platforms, subscribe, set your notifications, all that stuff. We appreciate you riding with us tonight for 2.5 hours. This was amazing. Everybody in here, thank you guys so much for checking us out. I'm Declassified WFT on Twitter. If you didn't know, I tweet whenever I can, and you guys are great about interacting with us. Eric is on Twitter at ETROD42. He's never on the Twitter, though.
Yeah, you ain't going to find me on Twitter.
You will never see him on Twitter. And then we got Mike from Southwest. Mike is on Twitter too, man. Really, really insightful stuff. He also writes things a lot. He's a great writer. He puts up blogs and stuff like that from time to time. He hadn't done it for us recently, but he's promising to get back in the booth and start writing things for us. So he might have something after. You never know.
You never know.
Locked in with all of your Commanders Declassified content. Thank you all so much. We're going to get out of here. I'm going to go see what I can find out about Jaden Daniels, and we'll talk to you guys every Tuesday night. We record and we drop it on Wednesday. Make sure you look out for that. We appreciate every one of you guys in here. We are out of here.